Oh yeah, we pick back up with you guys. Well, taking a minute after the fight with that wight. Solomon takes a skit scratch and heads on back out after. Well, skit scratch got nearly dead. Solomon is heading back. And as Solomon leaves, Conk sees that, and Solomon tells Siegfried, fuck. Siegfried is leaving, not Solomon. Like, Siegfried tells him, like, oh, beyond the tunnel, the space clears up quite a bit, so you'll be able to fit. So Conk, seeing that you're going to be down a couple hands, comes in to join you. Kind of crawling on, following the directions of Siegfried. And he eventually finds you guys as you're there, like, bandaging yourselves up. Yeah, so you pick back up with you guys back down in these... Oh, the tunnel base of this Necromancer, apparently.
Well, I mean, technically, concerning hands, the only one here missing a few hands is Solomon, so...
Everybody else has a hand.
Motherfuckers are lording their hands over me.
Mage and Alex together have exactly the right hands to make an entirely new person. Mage has an extra off hand, Alex has an extra main hand.
And I also have an off tentacle, so... all the limbs. All the appendages.
Let's make a new person and a new person and a half. Or in Solomon's case, it's 3 persons.
3 persons. Anywho.
And that is a technically official, like, fancy way of saying it, but yeah, people.
Yeah, goddamn rolling for mutations and losing your entire right arm. That hurts.
Yeah, that's the downside of mutant.
That's the downside of luck.
Yeah, the mutant is you get all these gifts to start with, but they're not all necessarily going to be good.
Yeah, 2 of them weren't.
Well.
Yeah.
2 of them work, 2 of them don't. That was... pretty
up
fucking
2,
good
down 2.
Yeah, and the 4 I have gotten since starting is pretty damn good, actually.
Yes, it's like with the thing, I did try to turn on Explorer mode so you'd be able to see what you'd already looked at, but for some reason that revealed the entire place, so I can't do that.
I can see this.
Yeah, that's from the light from this guy. But you can see this.
Yeah, that's from the fireplace.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah, it doesn't have it. Yeah, you can just see the light that it's making.
Alright. Anywho.
Yeah, so you got along this way, and then there was one tunnel a fair bit back that you didn't go down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like you went up instead of going to the right at the snake statue.
Alright.
So thing is that like, okay,
Shall we go explore that?
Okay.
But you've got the one right here, and you've got the one way if you head down.
I think we should... Oh, alright, I guess we're going this way.
Oh,
Okay, Mage has the light, so you guys will just follow him, I guess.
I don't fucking go. There.
Mage sprints off without you.
Oh god, I
Holy
out.
fuck! She's taller again!
I'm tall again!
No, she's
Fear
not like...
me, mortals! Oh
She's more
no,
like
I'm
this.
sure... no! Don't do that either! Oh my god. Oh no. You guys are mean.
Yeah, so I'll just pull you guys back over to the tunnel that you didn't turn.
The one in question.
Torch went out.
You didn't turn that way last time. It went up.
Alright.
The torch
Mange-
went out. What?
Mange starts
Where?
leading us.
Oh.
Scroll down, go down.
Okay.
Don't go ahead of me, Kark! Whoever's controlling Kark, don't put him ahead of me!
I just moved them around. Yeah, there you guys go. Move yourselves along.
Alright, I
Solomon, you're
can't
getting real
control
close
Joel,
there.
that's only you.
Everybody should be able to control Joel. I know you
I
can
can't.
set that up. Control by all players.
I can't.
There we go.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
I
you go.
can't either.
Oh,
Now
we
we
can.
Okay, now you should be. I don't know
okay,
why I
good.
deleted that.
Alright, so we're coming up here. Don't go ahead of me!
Going beside you.
I will cut off your other arm. Your only arm.
Enjoy the acid bath.
Don't care. You have become one. Alright. Hello, there's a bunch of stuff here. Which way which?
Go down?
Down we go. And just gotta poke his head around the corner here. Oh.
Yeah, so as you come up to there, you hear this growling, and as Mange looks down, you see this rather large wolf. It's like, yeah, it's not like horse size or anything, but it's large for a wolf. And as you look at it, kind of like kneel down there, like making a slight like growling, whimpering thing. It like looks up and you see the entire left side of the head is just like a skull.
All right, can I shoot it?
Don't shoot the puppy!
It's an undead monstrosity now.
And you see this wolf, like half its head missing, looks up at you all. Yeah, does Alex just shoot it?
Does it
I'm
look
gonna
like
wait
it's in
for
pain?
it to approach. Like, if it starts running towards us, I'm going to shoot as like a reactionary action.
A prepared action.
Prepared action, whatever it's called.
Anybody
All of
else
a
doing
sudden, the
anything?
door off in the distance opens and shuts.
Solomon moves over here to try and open up some space for Karn to charge right in.
Mange
So as you'll
looks at
come
it.
in, you see the wolf kind of steps up a bit. And it's seemingly coming out to look at you.
All right,
Does it look
I'm
more
going to
curious
kind
or hostile?
Yeah, kind of like... do you have... God, what
I
is
have
the
animal lore.
Yeah, well, an animal lore.
Alright. With intelligence, right? Can I
Yeah,
reroll
yeah,
that?
no idea. Yeah, you have the skill.
Cool. Down to one
It's
reroll.
approaching, kind of like a mix of curiosity and like a bit of aggression. Seems like defending its territory kind of look to it.
Mange
Now
just turns it.
you see a couple other ones also coming out.
Can I attempt to reassure them that we're not going to hurt them?
Ow.
I don't know. Persuasion.
Dog
have a
cannot
great-
understand English. Mange
That's
just
not
turns
what you
every...
want to roll. That's a, what are you doing?
I'm just kind of like,
Mange, before you try and do anything, Mange is going to turn to everyone and motion for them to fucking crouch and get down and make themselves smaller. Because that's what
Alright,
you do
I do
with
so.
aggressive
I
animals.
didn't know what page their stats from. I have to go find them now. Everything else I have on a GM layer some note, but I didn't do that for this room. I have to find them now. There we are. Not too hard. Yeah, so what are you all doing?
Mange is motioning to everyone else, get down!
Kong said,
I crouch down.
Mange looks at Karnk and says, you just move slowly.
yeah, Kong just like takes a step back, and like his head almost bonking the ceiling as he does so, as it's fairly small in that bit. You do it, like you see like that one kind of steps out of the way as this one you see steps in is a fair bit bigger than the other ones. It's like it's like the other one's like large dogs, this one's like a step above that's like a lot larger than an actual wolf should be.
Mange turns
It's-
to everyone else
this
and
one-
sort of just whispers, no eye contact. Don't look
Kind
at
of
their
turns there, you
eyes.
see one of the eyes is just missing. There's like a bit of like a slight red glow in the eye socket. That you can see like there's like basically no bottom to it, like no stomach. It's like just ribs. You can see like a couple bits of intestine coming out, kind of scraping across the floor.
Mange holds out his extra offhand with can I say I have some minor like rations or food or something with me?
Yeah, I assume you have some like jerky or something that you brought.
Yeah, so he reaches out, he pulls out a thing of jerky, reaches it out, and sort of just looks down off to the side so he isn't making eye contact.
You're like holding it out to it while not looking at it.
Yeah.
What's Ninja's AC?
Oh,
Since I'm using my shield at the moment instead of my dual-handed thing, 16.
Oh, in this case,
get the plus one.
really apply. So I'd say it'd be 15 without the shield.
Yeah.
what's Mange's AC with did you take the aura into account?
I am
And
with the
16.
orc bump. Yeah. So say it goes like take the jerk and you feel like its teeth like scrape across your fingers, but like actually like durability from Solomon's aura kind of saves you from getting your fingers punctured by this teeth. That kind of rips the meat out of your hand. Probably coming close to taking your finger with it.
Yeah, it
So
nips a little too hard because it's scared.
Yeah, which is like, it takes me a hand and like almost like kind of eating it more like a crocodile than a human. Kind of like tips its head back and like just pushes it down its throat with gravity.
Yeah.
Rather than actually eating it like a dog. And it does that, and you see like the like actually remaining eye like looks like the rest of you.
I offer one of my tentacles that I got as well.
One of the things from the spawn.
Yeah.
You take out this like half of the tentacle coming off of it.
No, I have like
he
actual
cut-
tentacles.
Oh, one of the
Yeah,
tentacles.
they cut off the actual tentacles from the thing.
Yeah.
A bunch
You
of them.
hold out this like noodle. Yeah, thankfully this is longer than your hand. So it kind of like bites off the end, and it starts like moving its head around, trying to get it to go down.
Let go of it well enough to not get your
Yeah.
hand
You
bent
took
off.
like half the tentacle, but it just like bit off the end.
All
In terms
right.
of Solomon.
Yeah, Solomon also just gives a ration because he has nothing else on him really that's edible.
You get a bit of jerky, like, are you also holding it out, or do you like throw it or something?
Holds it out in a flat hand so he doesn't risk getting his hand bitten. Too
Like
hard.
feeding it like a horse.
More like he doesn't want to have its acid blood react like an attack on it.
Put it on the ground.
Okay, on the ground.
Alright, so you like set it on the ground.
Yeah, rather than risk getting acid on them and get attacked.
Looks you see you set the meat and kind of goes over this. Like, so like bats its head against it a couple times, but like turns its head aside, like scoops it into its mouth. If you can hear screaming in the background, that's baby sister.
Yeah, I can
It
hear
more like
it.
kind of like pries the meat off the ground of its teeth and like pushes it into the mouth. It seems like it doesn't have a tongue. Just like it takes it a few seconds, and she kind of works it into the mouth and you can pushing the head up and like, shaking it around to get it in the throat.
While he's kind of like at this point, while he's kind of like to the side, can I kind of see if this is either a mutation or an injury?
Well, I think you could tell, but like, these are undead.
Oh yeah.
Because its entire stomach is just gone. So you can see ribs. There's like half of a stomach there.
But they seem to have some
Poor
like
thing.
semblance of intelligence to them.
It
Yeah.
seems more like just base instincts than actually intelligence. It's like, oh, food.
All right.
Yeah. As you do that, it starts like backing away. So like keeping its eye on you.
All right. Main just for motions for people to come along and starts walking past as to avoid confrontation. And when he sort of turns to Kark and just move slowly.
Yeah. Kank's
Joel
like kind
just
of
tips
ducking his
himself to the
head.
side.
Yeah. Kank's like ducking down, holding his hammer like across his stomach, basically, as he walks past.
Trying to
Got
make
a
his
pound.
form as non-hostile as possible.
Which is hard for an ogre.
Oh yeah.
But I have a feeling we're gonna have to go past those wolves, and they're gonna not like that.
That's
As long
usually
as
how
we
it
do
goes
the
in
same
dungeons.
shit, we should be fine.
Alright, I see things, and I try to... That
Ooh.
can
I see
possibly
what
be
look like
looted.
torture devices.
I see
Yeah.
what looks like a
Around you make
chair.
This seems to be like some kind of like it's like a table with arms in it. It's okay, like somebody can strap somebody down like spread eagle.
It's a torture device.
Yeah,
And that
then
looks
this
like an
thing-
Iron Maiden?
Yeah, that is an Iron Maiden. She is slightly open.
Yeah, so this is a torture room. This is the Necromancer's
Okay.
torture room.
Did we
Mange is going
investigate any of
to
this?
Mange is going to run up to the table.
Alright, I guess I'm going to the Iron Maiden.
Oh,
Solomon's
shit.
gonna funnel.
Oh, we both kind of see this, so
Yeah,
are
so
you going to be more focused on the table trying to loot, or am I
Yeah,
going to
so
go?
Yeah, so Mange, as you approach the table, you notice like out of the corner of your eye, you see this cage in the corner. Then And, well, who do we see in there?
I see a, by now, disheveled man, quite old, because he's, by the looks of him, been locked in the cage for at least a couple of weeks. Longer hair than what might be intended on a picture, and beard. Sitting quiet, now leaning against one of the bars. Franz Crane, greatest witch hunter in the world.
You already have a token for it. Oh yeah, you're just doing
Yeah,
that.
just so they can see the full art.
Yep, let me swap to this view, because it'll make it a little bit bigger. It's Franz Crane, our newest party member.
What's this?
Probably.
So trained.
Unless this
All
goes
right.
horribly and we somehow decide to kill him on his first session.
Do not
All right. I just basically say a witch hunter.
Oh,
Just a minute.
who are you?
What was that, Zach? You sort of cut out a little bit. Zach?
Who are
I
you?
kind of approach, my horns giving off a bit of light, so you can actually see me.
What are you, foul beast?
It's not very nice to talk to people you just met that way, you know.
Who am I kidding? I have no right to call anyone a beast. After what has been done to me.
What's
Ah,
happened?
you're in cage!
I am a rat man. I am very much in a cage. I was locked in here. I sought out the foul necromancer in hopes that he could rid me of my corruption. But he locked me in here instead.
For the cord.
What was that sound?
That was our mutant of our little team
A
here.
mutant?
Do you have an issue with that?
Well, hello there.
Not anymore, I suppose. I might as well be a mutant myself.
So Mange
Oh, corrupted I am.
Mange slowly approaches. As you see him approach you, you notice this actually rather tall Skaven. He stands at about like 5'4" inches tall, which is bigger than the average Skaven. He is pretty well muscled. He has 2 left arms and a tentacle coming out of the back base of his spine, along with 2 glowing horns coming from his head, along with a small pendant on his chest plate that shines and is brightening the room. And he comes up to the...
two left arms, as in just 2 left arms, or 2 left and a right?
Can
2
you
left
show
and
my
a
character
right.
art, Tim?
Okay, so 3
Zach?
arms in total.
You alive?
I'm back here.
Yeah,
and
can you just show
technically,
Mange's
I do-
art?
Okay, no, I see it now. Ooh.
Alright, and technically, my character, although it doesn't show it in the picture because we haven't gotten the art out yet, mine does have 2 right arms and a left.
Yeah, that art is in progress,
Okay.
so she has 2 right arms, I have 2 left arms.
Tonk
We
also
are
has
all
2
multi-limbed
tiny...
except for Solomon, who only has 1, and Joel and Karnka only have their regular 2.
Yeah, Tonk has 2 tiny insect wings out of his back.
Yeah, he has
Like,
just like 2 tiny dinky little wings. Think of the
like,
caterpillar from
what's his
fucking
face,
Bug's Life.
Yeah, the caterpillar from Bug's Life. Yeah, so what are you
And
going to do? Well, like, I don't know.
Mange is going to come up to the cage and he is going to extend the tentacle to touch it to see if it has any sort of magical bullshit it causes.
Yeah, you touch it and like, you can feel like a slight like humming through it, but like, it doesn't shock you or anything.
Mange
Wow.
looks to the man inside the bars and says, "Do you want out?"
Of course I want out. I've been locked in here for weeks by now.
Well, I have to warn you that Mange here's, lock-picking methods are a bit unorthodox, so I'd suggest you stand back.
Mange will let out.
Works
What?
by me.
Man has to promise give Mange percentage of shinies.
Sure, that
As
can
the
be
phone
arranged.
rings off in the end of the cavern. God damn it. Fucking
I'm so
landline
confused
ass
about
phone.
landlines being a thing, man.
I tell them to the proposition that, well, I have nowhere to go now that I've been removed from the order, so I suppose I have no choice but to join up with fellow odd adventurers.
Mange smiles and says, "Good, 25% of man's Chinese go to Mange." And he immediately steps forward and tries to rip off the front doors of the cage as hard as
Oh.
possible.
Quick question. Do I have any information as to how this cage, if I have maybe tried getting it open myself during these weeks? In case it's magically protected from picklocking or forcing open.
Zach, he's asking you.
Secondly.
Oh, there we go. Might cut out apparently.
Yeah.
So yeah, so, it doesn't like shock you or anything if you try to open it. It's like the magic in it seems to just like keep you alive because like you've been in here a few weeks and
Yeah.
although like you've been hungry basically the entire time, it hasn't gotten to, like starving. It's been like you skipped a meal or two, like you went to bed without dinner.
Mm.
It kind of feels sucky, but doesn't actually like hurt or anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you've messed with the cage before. I imagine you've had like kick bits open, but you are not particularly strong. It's like you have not really made any headway. So like Mange looks pretty strong, and he's got 3 arms, so he might be able to do it.
Yeah.
We also know it was locked with a key. With roll me an intelligence. See if you remember something. I'd say you can use gather information.
The first one.
wow.
Well, great success either way.
The first one.
Yeah, so you remember when like the person locked you in here and they were going away. You saw them seem like they like locked you in, put the key in their pocket, and as they were kind of walking out, you saw them reach into that same pocket and then throw something into the Iron Maiden, which you'd probably assume to be the key.
Stop the Ratman and wait a minute. I do not know if force will work on this cage, but I do think, if I am not entirely mistaken, the Necromancer disposed of the key inside that Iron Maiden over there. I say as I reach out my arm and point to it.
Well, I'll grab it. You keep going, man.
Alex teleports over to it.
Are you sure you want to go over there?
Mange is going to attempt to rip open the bars anyway with a 14 out of 17.
Don't say I didn't want
Great
you.
for me, says Solomon.
It'd be a strength with disadvantage. It's a fairly heavy thing.
Okay, so strength with disadvantage, I'll just roll one more
Yeah,
time
but it's not-
then.
Yeah, rolled it once already.
So,
Then he's like,
all right.
grabs it and starts pulling on it, wrenching. Actually, do you have athletics?
athletics? Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, so that would be a +1. So that would be you kind of there, like you're kind of straining and pulling, and you can't like just on the point, like, okay, I can't do this. When you hear something like creak and then pop, the door kind of starts hanging a bit weirdly, and that kind of renews, and you keep pulling and wrenching and twisting. But that's going to take you a second. As he's doing that, Alex, you approach the Iron Maiden. You see it's mostly closed, like it's kind of slightly hanging open, like a little tiny bit ajar. It's not fully
Alright.
open than that.
Alright, Conk, get behind me. I don't know what's in this thing. And I just kind of swing it open and ready my short sword.
You swing it open, roll me a dex. We'll say with advantage, because you were kind of prepared and expecting something, but yeah, doesn't matter. Yeah, you grab the door and you pull it open and quickly jump back as like a skeleton just falls out of it and hits the floor.
Since I readied my short sword, can I just swing at it immediately?
Yeah, so as it's falling, you swing the sword and kind of clang it against the arm, kind of taking a big chip out of the bone. It just collapses to the floor and then like falls in.
Alright then.
Doesn't
Can I investigate both the skeleton and the Iron Maiden?
So as you look at the Iron Maiden, there's like kind of like dried like brown stuff on all the spikes, presumably very old blood. There's like a few chunks of flesh stuck in there with like flies, and you start flying off as soon as you go anywhere near it. And as you kind of look around in the skull, you like look at one of the eye sockets, see a slight glimmer inside of them.
Alright, I kind of hesitantly like try to take whatever's in there out.
Yeah, you reach in there, kind of like half expecting to get something to bite you, and then you feel something cool, and you pull out this like seeming like iron key. This like dull iron key.
Awesome.
Like just as you pull it out, you hear like a scream from Mange and a wrenching as he just rips the door off.
Well, I guess I got a spare key, and of course I'm taking this skull.
Well, I suppose that works too.
So I'm just taking just a skull.
Yeah.
And a random iron key that probably won't do anything.
You never know.
Seems to be a human skull.
Nice.
You can always try the key on the door and hear if it clicks.
As this door flips randomly back and forth.
Yeah, I was trying to get it to the right position. So yeah, that door is now gone, but there is no open cage that I can find.
So Mange steps back triumphantly and says, "You're free! Honor deal!"
Well, thank you, Ratman. What is it? 25%?
25% of Chinese.
Of current Chinese or future Chinese?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. All right. Sounds good to me. You saved my life after all.
Mange smiles.
I hesitantly hold out my hand towards the big rat man.
Mange grabs it with all 3 of his hands and shakes it ferociously. Me, Mange!
Franz Crane.
And you look over at the rest of this group, one guy's like crystal skin, this elven woman with glowing like antler horns and 3 arms, and then this like guy in raggedy armor and an ogre hanging at the back. You're
Well,
like ducking down and like waving.
You are a sorted bunch indeed. But I suppose my life has turned topsy-turvy enough that I should have to get used to it.
You'll see kind of hanging around Alex's feet is this what is it? It's a kitsune, right?
Kitsune,
Yeah.
like this little fox spirit thing.
Yeah.
More
With
than one
9 tails, yes.
Yeah, it's a 9-tailed
tails,
fox.
you have a goddamn beauty god on your hands.
Yeah, with little purple markings on her to symbolize, Slanesh.
And at this
Tell
point,
me.
she's not hiding. I would assume you're not hiding the big Slanesh symbol and the tattoo on
Right
your
now
arm.
she's wearing armor. Right now she's wearing
Yeah.
armor. That would be covered by like the sleeve. Probably like the bottom would be like just about poking out.
Well,
It's like
Franz,
the bottom of the symbol.
as he looks at it, he recognizes the Slaneshi symbol, and for a minute is taken aback, but then realizes that he's still in no position to judge because Slanesh is his ears, so to speak. So I suppose I am not too different from you now.
And since you were a witch hunter, you would also enjoy. You see, like when he like smiles, you see, like slightly elongated canines. There's like a slight glimmer to his eyes. He recognizes somebody with some level of vampirism. Hard to say exactly how much, but
Yeah.
definitely not a full vampire. But he's along the way.
Franz looks around a bit and asks, "Tell me, would any of you happen to have any food? I have been without it for what seems like weeks."
Mange pulls out his
think the
bag and
cage
just
was-
chucks some jerky at him. Here, have food!
Oh,
Bunch of rations.
well, why, thank you, Mange. Very kind.
Man, welcome! Honor deal! And with that, Mange Sword just steps back and says, "We move!"
Hold on,
Yes,
one moment. Solomon, take a look at this cage. It had some sort of magical properties, right? How long did you say you were in there without food?
I mean, I lost count of days after a while, but it must have been at least 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'd say you might want to examine this cage. Might be some sort of restorative powers in it.
I'm not exactly well versed in magic, but I can try.
When we leave, we take cage. Would be good, hold hostage.
You'd say that we see like the bars seems like built into like the floors in the ceiling. Like it's not like it doesn't have a roof like on the thing. It just goes
Alright.
up into the ceiling with just bars. Yeah, it's basically like just a set of bars that go floor to ceiling across this bit.
Yeah, but if we
Mange,
can That way it's enchanted to make sure he didn't die of starvation. It could be useful.
Mange grabs the door and hands it to Solomon and says, "Inspect this." Like, do we still feel the tingle of the door as he picks it up?
Oh no, as you pick it up, it just feels like iron now.
Mange looks at it for a second, just tosses it aside, and goes back to the table and wants to
Feels like
inspect that.
I'm already here. I'm investigating first. I'm not letting you get any more of my shit.
You're inspecting it.
Just my too.
Yeah, so as you turn to it, you see Alex like very quickly like looking through it, kind of looking under it.
Gotta be quick with the Skaven.
All right, what do I make?
Right. Do your, if you have it, detection, otherwise just perception. I would assume, right?
Success.
Do I succeed by more? No, I don't succeed at all.
Yeah, so Alex, you start like looking around it, and after a second, find like small drawers underneath it, and you could like they feel like stuck for a second. You think they're locked, then after a yank, you realize they're just stuck, and you can pull them open. You see this small pouch in which you kind of take out and look in. You see a bunch of gold coins inside.
Ooh, how many?
23. If you take a second to like, quickly count them.
Nice.
Mange attempts to reach out his hands for it, and just like Joel holds him back, and it's just like, I'm gonna assume just like share you rat thing.
So you got the gems. She can take some gold.
All right, I pity Mange a bit, and I toss him 2 gold coins.
Mange grabs them in midair and just like sort of holds them tightly to his chest, and just like mine. Then after like a moment of just like pure like shiny inspired like zest, he just like comes back to his senses a little bit and says, "Thanks."
You're
While they're
welcome.
bickering, Franz is trying to look around to see if he can find his equipment, which I assume the Necromancer rid him off before locking him in.
No, so yeah, when you woke up in the cage, like all your shit was on you. Your sword was next to you, all of that.
Mange starts walking off, bringing the light with him, and then turns to friends. Sorry.
The thing, presumably you would have like some way to stop you stabbing him when he came back to question you or something, but he never came back, so you never found out.
Okay.
And French would notice pretty easily Solomon has only his left arm.
Yeah, that'd be like the second thing that you would note about him after the crystal skin.
Yeah, he has no right arm, and it doesn't look like it's been chopped off. It looks like he just never had it.
Yep.
It stops just before the elbow.
Oh, the mutation says the entire limb is missing.
Yeah, he has basically like a bear stub coming out of it, actually. Mange keeps looking down this little passage and says, "Re-explore!"
God damn it.
Karnak has to try and worm his way very slowly in here.
Yeah, it's like a lot of he has to go sideways, like duck down. A couple points he has to crawl.
Yeah.
It's not an
But
easy
he'll
going
get
for
through.
contact. Most places you can stand up. It's just when it gets thin.
Mange is gonna look around here and just take a big ol' look, and does he hear anything at this point?
Yeah, so as you get up to like around this point, you start to hear the sound of like quite quiet and like not very loud. So you know that fast. It's like slight sound of like flowing water.
Considering Mange is a ratkin, he probably hears it a little bit better since he has more.
Yeah, like perk up. Massive ass ears.
Mange says, "Freshwater, maybe." Starts slowly approaching. I'm going to try and approach this entire thing very stealthily. Because water might mean life, and life might mean enemies.
Yeah. Franz is just entirely focused on water because he hasn't had a drink in weeks. Sort of like
He's a different kind of thirsty from normal.
frothing at the mouth a little. Please.
Hey, I wouldn't. You know what? Here, I kind of toss him my flask of whiskey. I know it's not water, but my flask of fiery
that's
whiskey.
going to dehydrate him more. You do know that
Oh,
alcohol
yeah.
dehydrates, you dipshit.
And he only just recently had something to eat, so it's gonna hit him
I
pretty
think we'd
hard.
all have like a canteen of water because you're gonna be down here for
We
a
all
while.
probably would
Yeah.
have a water skin on us, yeah.
Yeah, you have like you
Yeah.
bought like a bit of food and some water just in case this place ended up being huge.
Yeah,
which
I
it did.
toss him that then. Here you go.
Hand them your water skin.
Thank
Yeah.
you. He
Right.
downs it all almost
And yes,
immediately.
I mean, as you approach this,
I rolled a stealth check just in case it matters.
yeah,
I'm not
if
sure.
anybody has apothecary, they can roll that.
Apothecary?
As you see this river.
Ooh,
You have apothecary?
it's
Oh,
yeah.
literally what I get as a cultist.
I was like, wait, how does Mage have apothecary?
No, that's Solomon.
Yeah, and,
So,
yeah, so
apothecary,
Solomon, as you look at this water, you notice not quite right. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, with the great success, you'd see like the edges of it, like the edges of the water are very slightly smoking.
Oh yeah, I also rolled
seems to be
apothecary because apparently I have that.
So, yeah, both of you can recognize this seems to be like, if not just straight acid, then very acidic water.
This is not clean water. It's probably a kind of acid. Don't drink it.
Mange,
So as you know it's acid, you start to like listen a bit more carefully. You do hear like a very slight like underneath
Mange
the
just-
sound of flowing water.
Mange just, like, obviously quite discouragingly snaps his fingers like, dang! Mange's thirsty. And then he approaches the water and looks over it. Does he notice anything? Like, he's at the edge of the water here. He's not stepping his feet in it.
Yeah, you can
That
see
would
what
be
you can see. The tunnel down this way might continue on this way as well.
Still have the door. We might be
Mange
able to make a
thinks about
bridge.
it for a second. Yeah, he was just thinking, would that fucking cage door be long enough to sort of like prop up as a bridge over this?
Yeah, so the water is kind of like down a bit. It's not like going through. It's like
There's
down.
like a mild
water
indent.
Yeah, it's like kind of flush with the floor. So yeah, you could do that. It'd be quite dangerous footing. You might put your foot in a couple times, or you would just know, like at the thinnest point, like about a 6 foot, maybe 7 foot. Like, you could probably jump it. It'd be a big jump, but you could probably just about manage it.
Alright.
Like Khan could probably just step over it. You'd be like a hop with the Khan.
Time to
Alright,
step right over. We can literally just go over on the other side and carry us over with his
Mange,
giant weapon.
Mange turns to Karnk and says, toss Mange across!
You would also know like the walls are very craggy, so you can probably climb across if you didn't fancy jumping. Yeah, so you
Yeah,
still
good.
can't throw you.
Mange tells Karnk to throw him across.
And they kind of like sets his hammer down with like a big boom, and it kind of rests on its head and kind of sticks straight up.
Would this be athletics or acrobatics or by choice?
Yeah, takes it up in 2 arms, brings you on the shoulder, and like underhand, double hand throws you.
I guess no one wanted to take the safe option.
And yeah, that'd be a strength from Khan.
Which
Well,
he
I
has
don't
a
wanna
19,
get
so
thrown
if he fails this, it's gonna be hilarious.
Just spikes you into the river.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
You
He rolls
know,
an 8. That would be a great success. I rolled it as Mange, but that would be him.
Yeah.
Do I have to roll
He just
athletics to
grabs you
land
two hands
properly?
and throws you over. He got a great success, no. He's gonna underhand throws you, gonna throwing you at the angle so he kind of half flips you, so you're gonna go and kind of do a few running steps and slow yourself down as you get to the other side. And you more end up like hit.
Mange turns to the other people and say, stay there a moment, Mange scout ahead. If you hear screaming, get over. And with that, he starts slowly
I
work
don't
his...
think that's quite a good idea, going on by yourself. Plus, the rest of us are going to be in darkness. Others might not appreciate that.
Alex does have a small light source.
Yeah,
Yeah,
check the
5 foot
horns are
light
very
source.
lightly glowing. It's like a nightlight.
Yeah, it's not even that good. Mange sort of pauses for a moment as he started to walk along and is just like, very true. Go get
Does anyone
Dora.
else want to toss it? Anyone else want to toss in? I can throw you over.
I think I'll climb.
Alright. Suit yourself.
I think I'll.
Would he with 18 strength have a decent chance for this? Also, I do have athletics.
Yeah, you could probably like this wouldn't be that hard of a jump for you. You could like take a run up and try and jump it. So you can like people like step out of the way and you do a run up and you just you jump
Right.
over it.
I
At
kind of
least
get
weird man
Void.
leg work.
I kind of get like
Range.
I kind of get Void to jump up on my soldiers so she does shoulders so she, like get in the acid, and I kind of like jump over trying to do an acrobatics.
Acrobatics would be more for like climbing it than jumping it.
All right,
Like,
then let's climb it.
Yeah,
You're
you
better
can
at
look at
dex
this
than
like,
strength.
this wouldn't be too hard. So you kind of like start finding a handhold and start clambering your way sideways.
Oh, so I don't need a roll?
No, it'd be acrobatics.
Oh, okay.
Start climbing across just to see if you slip.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Solomon
You
is also
climb
rich.
across, gonna get to the side, probably like, kick Solomon out of the way so that you can stand down on the acid.
Sorry.
Clear the way! Stand back, dipshits! Clear
hell?
away! Stand back! Let over!
Well, Franz is gonna try and climb over the wall as well.
That'd be acrobatics.
Oh shit, I don't got it, but dexterity still.
If you don't have acrobatics skill, you just use raw dex, yeah.
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 Ooh.
Alright, you guys been rolling well.
And it's not combat oriented for once.
Yeah, Joel knows how to climb. Yeah, Joel will go and start and climb over. Can't like he has 19 strength, then he's huge, so he can just step over it. Just kind of ducks and does a small hop over it.
Boom!
And who wants to roll for Joel climbing over?
13.
Exactly succeeds.
Oh,
Joel kind of takes a fair bit longer than the rest of you. He's kind of like clinging to and like going across. Obviously, like not a depth sideways. He's more used to climbing up. He kind of like takes his time and climbs over, and eventually sets himself down.
Mange is just like, okay, we go forward, and points ahead. So just like dramatically starts stepping forward in this direction.
And as you step in, you start to hear this like almost like chittering sound coming from the room.
Oh, these little things. What in the world are
You can see
those?
kind of like floating up near the ceiling.
Oh boy.
These like very small like humanoid things with these like dozens of like needle-like teeth in like this circle. You can see this like this big like metal collar, no actual chain on it. These tiny little wings are like fluttering like a butterfly, just actually more like a hummingbird. It's like
Do I know what?
And the
Do I know
symbol
what
of
kind of
chaos on
creature
it.
it is?
yeah, you can roll a religious law
Arcane lore.
both work.
Trying to find where we are
Yeah.
again.
yeah, I'm gonna roll as well, but I don't have religious law written down, so. Oh ho ho!
Yes, you both recognize these as some form of like lesser demon. They can like imps essentially.
Pleasant little shits.
Alright, Mange is going to prep his axe, and if anything comes close, he's gonna just do a swing at it.
Yeah, and Solomon
Yeah.
ready.
And with the
Great.
one summon, you know these guys tend to have like very minor spellcasting abilities and resistance to magic.
Alright. Does he communicate this to Mange?
Be wary, these little things are speedy and does have resistance to magic and minor spell casting ability.
Alright,
Very
so
As you
At that-
see them, they like turn, see you guys, and like that's like making this weird like clicking
Charge the nearest one!
sound and start moving
Friends
towards you
ready.
guys as well. So that'll be
Yeah, Franz
Alright.
read it is
so
short sword and dagger.
at hearing this, I turn my like other right hand into a lance and I ready my pistol.
You can do that on your turn. You
Oh.
weren't being stealthy, so they see you.
Oh,
One got good.
alright. I've
Dang
been
it.
doing advantage, but yeah.
God damn my fucking initiative rolls!
One of them got a nat 20.
Do I get the initiative bonus from having
Yes.
my weapons out, or is okay? Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah,
plus
basically,
4.
whatever weapon you intend to use for the majority of the combat,
Okay,
you
yeah.
can add the bonus for that.
Yeah, short sword and dagger, so plus 4.
And make sure you have your token selected before you roll.
Oh,
Select
then
your
it-
character first, yeah.
Yeah.
6.
Whoa!
Not very much better, but still.
That's not bad, Alex.
Nope, you had a 6. You rolled it already.
Yeah, if you have it put into your sheet, it can automatically do it for you. It can roll a 2d20 for you if you have advantage on it.
Yeah, so you're all like taking weapons and like going to charge and all that, right?
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Are we at advantage?
No, it's
You
just like checking what you guys are like obviously doing, kind of like taking out weapons and going for them. So like this one kind of like peeks out, looks at you guys, and you see it does a few gestures and then disappears.
Charge the other one.
Alright. I'm going to first action is to... Okay, can I attack, charge, then attack?
No, you can't split moves and attacks. So you can either shoot or you can charge.
Okay, well, I guess I'm charging then. Charge!
You can't split movement and attacks unless you're mounted.
Right. Alright, well, I'm charging this thing with my lance.
Yeah, so his hand just like morphs and shifts into this like large like flesh, like almost like flesh slash like almost like stony looking. This like long lance which you can like puts up into a shoulder and starts running forward. You set that and go running at this little thing that's about like 2 foot tall and floating in the air. It's actually about half your size. It's not as tiny as it seems. And you go running at it, and as you charge it, it kind of flips up, goes above your head. You can like have to stop yourself from running into the wall.
Alright. I'm going... Is it like... How far high is it? Can I shoot it without disadvantage?
It's like 2 foot off the ground. It's like in melee range still.
Okay, well, I'm going to drop my pistol for a moment, and I'm just gonna short sword this little bitch.
You go into the lance and almost hit the wall, kind of pulling yourself back, and other arm swings out this sword. You still have the charge bonus.
Oh!
It hasn't shown up yet.
Oh, wait, I didn't do the damage up, or the hit up.
Ooh.
That doesn't matter. It's a crit.
Yeah, but it does. It includes the bonus on the charge. Yes, let's just check that damage is right, because I don't think it is. Yeah, sure. So it is d6 plus your dex at 7 plus your level is 8. So it should be 8 normally, and
No,
then plus
plus
the charge.
plus
you
the
do
level would be 9. Level 2.
It's half your level. It's half your level
okay.
rounded up.
Isn't it
You're
plus
only level
strength?
It's a short sword, so she can use dex.
Okay.
So you need to swing this sword after it kind of jumps over the lance essentially and starts like making this weird chittery noise, which seems to be laughter. You just slash out the sword and like getting it across the stomach as it kind of flies backwards for a second.
I start laughing in response.
Hmm.
Right, then it's time. What does that spell do?
Oh,
Oh, it can't cast spells. It can't cast spells. You heard
no.
it. Never mind. I forget. If you injure something, it can't cast spells. I need to find it. Yeah, so you see that kind of like as you ran out, it was like getting ready to cast a spell, but then you run in and hit it, and it kind of messes it up. So it can't do the spells anymore. So instead, it's just gonna like basically dive bomb you, scratching with these claws and like bite you with this needle-like mouth. Right, the claws definitely miss. So you're gonna swings in the claw and you like bring up. You have a shield now, don't you?
Yes.
You're gonna bring the shield and starts like scratching into that and kind of like starts pulling itself over and going to like sink its teeth into your arm. Nope. You're gonna push it back with the shield and it kind of floats back, like looking annoyed.
Joel, little help over here.
Oh, it should have had advantage on those attacks. Let me just. Nope. Oh, never mind. Miss. Yeah, Joel will charge him. You can roll his attacks, plus 2 to hit and damage.
Alright, so... I can never remember what his, let's see... His hit is...
It's a +3 to hit. If I recall correctly. Joel. +3 to hit, so a +5 to hit total because of the charge. 14.
There's a 14 hit.
I think that just misses.
Alright, well he's got...
He swings
he's
in
got-
the first punch, it flies over it.
Alright, well he's got 2 hands.
Mm-hmm.
And he
Ooh.
misses both of them.
And he trips.
And when he goes to punch in at the other one, it kind of brings it down, kind of tries to bite his hand. Natural 18, so that hits. That
Oh
is,
boy.
4 damage to Joel.
Okay.
And then that will be a luck will.
How do I... what?
That is, his luck is 8 plus his will. So d20 with that as the target.
So, D20 target 9. So roll 1d20. Just raw.
That's
Oh yeah, that's actually really good.
That's actually really good.
So he doesn't get the secondary effect, but he still gets the main effect, which is also 1 luck drain, so it costs him 2 luck.
Oh boy!
So these
he's
teeth
down
just
to
like
6.
bite into his hand, so like trying to strike them, he manages to pull it back, just like getting a big graze, and like stepping back and like shaking his head, like he got some sudden headache or something. Solomon.
It's
Alaman is going to take it. Move closer.
This little thing is getting gangbanged.
Oh, he would have had a +1 to hit. But yeah, those would have still just missed.
He has 25 movement, so and he was getting
If you don't charge it, you'd be running around weird. Friends?
Well, Franz sees that they pretty much look like they have a little flying imp under control. He's gonna try and what is the base movement speed? Is it 30?
Yeah.
30 for a human, yes.
Yeah.
And you can
Okay.
move through
Yeah,
allied
sorry.
tokens pretty freely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Franz is gonna keep running forwards to see where the other imp went. Hello.
You run for it and
Yeah.
see the line of it. Seems to have either just poofed away or gone invisible.
Oh well.
Mange?
Mange is going to move up to around... Oh, that's hilarious how much Mange can move now.
yeah.
Forward.
He is a
Yeah.
speedy little Skaven.
And I think if you click and hold your token and then right click, it'll bring up like a ruler that you can measure out as you move.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah. Didn't know that.
You don't have to always use the ruler.
Mange is going to move up to here and then notice this.
This big old pile of gold.
Oh, you motherfucker!
And he's going to go...
Right next,
You
right next to it is like
motherfucker!
small, almost like a bird cage, but scaled down, and within it, just flapping around, is this what seems to be a moth.
Mange is going to run straight towards
Mother-
the shiny pile of gold and use his action to attempt to scoop as much of it into his pouch as possible.
Yeah, it's you saw
Greedy little fucker.
Hey,
We'll
I'm
find out.
playing my character! Can you blame me?
I
Uh,
can, but
yes.
I can still be mad at you.
One thing to just guard the exit, but can't see. So he's going to kind of come in a bit. He's going to hold his action, so if something appears, he'll whack it.
Yeah, so how much do I get from that?
We'll find out afterwards. I'm not going to do that per turn thing.
Alright.
Alright. My little other arm turns into another short
Not your
sword.
turn yet. Not your turn yet. It's the invisible one.
Oh, okay.
He removed the token, but it still has its turn order.
Yeah, he's on the gem layer.
Guess who's closest, fucker?
So can somebody give me a luck will save from Khan?
Alright, so Kark Luck will. His will is a -1, and his luck is 7, so that's target 6.
Oh,
Ooh.
for him.
That just fails.
Or Kark.
All right. Can we give him a retry on that? Or
Yeah,
is-
you guys, you can use your reroll for him if you want.
If
You can give
somebody
him your
wants to
reroll.
do that, because knowing what our fucking DM keeps talking about, this thing might have like an insta-kill bullshit. Anyone want all their fucking reroll for
I'll
Kark?
give it to
Right, so just take down a reroll and then range roll another d20 for him. Target of 6. Nope.
And we can't do it more times, can we?
No, you can only reroll something once.
All right, it was worth a shot.
Yeah, and you see Kong just kind of like shaking his head and gonna look around a bit confused. Alex?
I'm going to turn my other hand into a short sword, and I'm just going to start using both of my right hands to attack.
Oh, fucking scissor
Stop playing
hand.
with my dice. I keep dropping them. I just
Find
play
some
with them
other
back.
fucking fiddle toy, my guy.
Yeah, I just play with them and then drop them on the floor and then they go into the bed and I lose them for a week.
Alright, so
That hits. That one misses. Yeah, as you bring up the blade, it's not sliding it around, but it's kind of it's flying and dipping around. You manage to catch it slightly with one of the blades. You're just keeping it able, you're just stopping it from casting. So then it's turn. It's gonna back a bit more into a corner, just to make it a bit more awkward. It's kind of there, flying around like. It's gonna go for Alex again. That's a miss. And a miss. It's rolling ass. Go. It rolled 2 7s.
Oh boy. Punch this shit.
Okay, Joel's gonna punch it.
yep.
Misses.
First one misses. Second
Yeah.
one misses.
Second one just you have a +1. Keep forgetting guys are at number 8, so you get the +1, so that second one just hit.
Roll damage.
Alright.
He swings in and manages to like clip one of its wings. Just kind of
What's
flying
his,
around into like D3 +2, I think.
Yeah, D3 +2.
This thing's kind of zipping around. It's like trying to hit a hummingbird. 4 damage. It's like manages to clip it and kind of flies wonky for a second to right itself. Solomon. These things seem surprisingly hard. Like you've hit it a few times and it's not really showing the extreme amount of damage yet.
I love how we're all here actually contributing to the team, and Mange is gathering the gold before anyone else can get to it.
And now he's taking the great axe he borrowed and takes his first swing.
Oh yeah, quick question. Would it still be considered magical at this point? Because it had like 45 minutes?
Yeah, you had 50 minutes total. You guys spent like 5 minutes there. Yeah, so it's got like 40 minutes of magical left.
Damn,
Alright.
Look at that.
Swings in and
AC
then
16,
hits.
damage 11, and does magical do anything for us?
Swing it in. You notice this one actually like cuts the skin properly. Like, you see some blood come out. It seems like it's like resistant to non-magical weapons, essentially.
Oh, if only Karnk was in range.
He will be.
So he managed to slash and he's just like very dark green blood, like almost black, like sprays out and it kisses. Like tries to fly up higher, but can't quite get high enough in this tunnel.
Oh, and it has that half hand. What does that means again?
It's staggered. So
it's
things that
staggered.
affect staggered creatures now happen.
Yeah, so
Ooh.
that if Karnk were
Like,
within 10 feet, he could have gotten a free attack on it, for
And,
example.
and since you're a rogue, you get sneak attack on it now.
Too bad I have neither of those options as it comes.
You should have sneak attack, but it's just like a base rogue thing, I think.
Yeah, it's the first backstab. It's called.
Yeah.
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 It's when they're surprised by you.
So you can get to it here.
I can. Yeah. Can or can't? What do you say?
You can't. It's within
Yeah.
20 feet.
Yeah,
You
you
can
can.
go into that corner and hit it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit awkward, but also you got small weapons. So if you had a bigger weapon, it might be bothering you, but you've got small ones. You're a rogue.
So it's a normal damage plus D8 for backstab, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I hit, that is.
Yeah, if you hit once per turn.
So it doesn't give a better chance to hit.
Ooh.
That's only if that's a prize. It gets an extra D8.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
but I
fun.
fumble.
So you go in and bring up this sort of like you've like been out of practice the last few weeks being in that cage. You're gonna bring it up and you swing and kind of whack the roof. And as you do that, it kind of looks at you and goes, "Yeah," and flies towards you and goes to bite you.
Before can I try and can I spend one of my tricks and techniques and use Hidden Blade?
Yeah, you can re-roll that.
Yeah.
So you can like hit the roof and it flies towards you, and then what does your hidden blade look like? What do you do?
Boot blade.
Flies towards you.
So I
Yeah,
lean
you-
back from the recoil from the weapon and kick it with the boot blade.
So it kind of like hits the roof, and then seeing it coming towards you,
Okay, that's better.
kind of uses the momentum of it to kind of almost like backflip, and this boot blade just sinks into it as he flips backwards.
Does he get the fucking sneak attack thing from that or no?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you get the extra D8.
Or 1d8? And okay, 16 damage. So
Another-
if it has
Just say
resistance,
that
I think that
sting-
halves it, so 8 damage total.
Yeah, it just sinks into the wound that Solomon made. He's going to shank into it. Like blade, he's like Joel and Solomon can see behind it. It's the end of it kind of like pokes out. Like if it hadn't been resistant, the blade would have gone all the way through. It kind of pokes out and then pulls back as he flips around. And the imp does not look happy.
I have dealt with impish creatures.
It is Mange's turn. I am assuming I have captured this entire pile of gold at this point.
It's a big pile. Like there's probably nearly 400 gold here. So you're just like scooping stuff and putting it in your pocket.
Okay, Mange is going to... I'm assuming I have some sort of backpack or something and just keep shoveling stuff in. But
got backpack
real
in the pocket.
quick, as sort of like an off action, can he inspect this cage with what the moth thing in it and see if he understands anything with like maybe an animal lore or some shit like that?
Well, you look at it and you see this small moth inside a like bird cage scaled down to keep a moth in. You can see like just in front of it is this like small like dropper, which has this kind of like what color is it?
Dropper?
Yeah, like
Produces gold.
like a pipette kind of thing.
Oh.
Okay. What's
And
in
then-
that?
Does Mange put this together?
Please don't. We need
So you
that.
see this dropper with some liquid in it. I think it's like a light brown. I'm not sure what color is actual nectar.
It's
like an
I think
amber.
it's like a golden brown.
It's like an amber. It's like a reddish
Yeah.
or reddish orange brown kind of somewhere in there.
Yeah, so this more probably like about like a finger-sized dropper. There's sort of this amber liquid just plopped in front of the cage.
Mange,
And you would have seen, like, scooping out gold. You'd see what seems to be like a small like flask at the bottom of the pile.
Oh, within the pile of gold, you said?
Yeah, like seemingly like this gold up piled on top of it. This small flask. So that you can scoop some gold and then interact with one of those items.
Can I... This is what I was wanting to do. I was wanting to use a regular hand to grab the flask, and just for Mange to, like, offhandedly just use his tentacle to, like, dab it in the amber sap and just bring it to his lips.
Well, it's like in the pipette. It's not like on the floor. It's like inside of this tube. So you have to like
Alright.
squeeze the end to get a drop to come out.
He's got to stick his tentacle in there, assume some of it sticks, and put it on his mouth.
You can like basically slap it with your tentacle and bring it up, start like looking around it to find it. Yeah, after a second you feel this slight bit of like sweet on your tentacle. The rest of it like very sour and acidic. But you found like one small spot of sweet.
And nothing fancy seems to happen.
No,
Not yet, at least. We'll see. But
you see
he
the
also...
monster stop flitting around seemingly like excitedly.
Oh boy.
Mange grabs the flask in the pile as well with like his second left hand.
Let me check. Does it look anything fancy? Not nice. 92. Roll me a d2.
So flip a coin, one. Heads.
Yeah, it's this flask, like, well, most things just have like a screw-on lid. This seems to have like an extra thing that kind of flips on top, almost like an extra locking mechanism. So there's no lock or key attached to it. You can flip it open, but it's like you have to flip it open and then unscrew it. So you need to like make it a bit more secure.
Oh, it has like a cover over the screw top.
Yeah.
Right. Mange is more worried about...
There's something in it.
Mange shakes it real quick to notice if it has any weight to it, which I assume you just said yes.
Yeah, you hear it like sloshing around. There's something in there. Some kind of liquid.
Mange smiles, shrugs, and tosses it in his bag, and then continues to scoop gold for the rest of his turn.
Goddamn creepy little bitch.
I'm playing a literal, well, not a non-literal loot goblin. We used to have a literal goblin in our team, so...
I know, I watched the VODs. What happened to that goblin?
The player had to leave.
Ah.
That was it.
Yeah,
That's
so you guys
the
see
entire
like,
story.
Punk, like shakes his head for a second and comes up like, hey, like, shouldn't be fucking with that. Like stabbing him, like putting a hand on Mange and pulling him back. We shouldn't fuck with that. We got a thing to kill.
Mange attempts to pull himself away and just like, shut up!
So roll a strength.
Not a very good leader.
You're implying he just claimed he was the leader. I never said he was actually a good leader.
He just said he was the leader and nobody corrected him.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, roll a strength.
That
Athletics.
is my strength. I succeed by 15.
Oh, it hasn't shown up yet.
Oh, I rolled a 2, target 17, but I forgot to do it as athletics,
because,
so
like,
it's actually an 18.
Yeah, so it kind of like grabs you and tries to pull you back. You're like, no! You like push him back and keep going for the pile as Conky's there trying to pull you back from it.
Oh, it says your connection to the server has been interrupted. Anything you do right now will attempt to send when you get back online, so that's why you haven't seen it.
There it goes.
There we are.
There we go. Yeah. So I wasn't lying. I had video. It was just the servers fucking up. Okay. So Mange's pure zest for shinies prevents him from getting pulled back by Kark.
And Alex, roll me a luck will.
Luck will.
Yep.
That. Shaboom.
Shimona.
Do you want to re-roll that? And you hear this, like,
Yup.
you hear this like, yes, you carry her! Yes, yeah! From behind you.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say that succeeds.
All right,
you
what
just
is
get,
your
like-
luck?
Yeah, and he feels like almost like a sudden urge, just like, you just heard something really funny, and just get like, a sudden urge of the giggles, but you managed to like repress it and like, what the fuck?
Oh, hideous laughter. Damn.
Right, it's your turn. You heard it from somewhere in this direction, like towards the mouth of the cave. It's just like,
Alright, have you guys got this?
so you look at them, and this imp is like a big hole in its chest, kind of like,
Assuming he's pretty distracted, so I'm just gonna.
yeah, it looks pretty hurt. Right? So as you go to fly away, it, like goes to latch onto your back. Rolls a nat 3.
Does not.
Yeah, it, like goes to jump on you, but you can like hop out of the way, kind of bopping it with your antler as you go.
Alright, I'm gonna try to like. And. Oh! There you are, you little fucker.
So you go and you start like moving around slowly looking for it, and you see this imp kind of flying about. This cave is about, it's about 5 foot up in the air. So it's like that you can reach it, you kind of like swing over your head. So I'll say one of your attacks will have disadvantage since you got 2 arms on the same side trying to swing up. If you want to try and
Alright, so. First one.
Nope.
Have you swapped your weapon from being a lance to something else because you can do that?
She stopped
Yes.
to a short sword.
Alright.
Okay. And
This will not disadvantage because you got 2 arms swinging in the same place trying to smack it.
alright, so yeah.
Roll
Bit
once
too high.
regular, roll once at disadvantage.
Yeah. Normally it would have been at about chest level for you, but now it's like a foot over your head.
Okay. Yeah, neither of them hit.
He's up swinging these blades around trying to hit it, but it's like zipping and ducking, flying around.
Well, at least you found the bugger.
Right, and this guy still cannot do spells because you guys keep smacking it. It's not getting a chance.
The dog
Yeah,
the dogs from earlier start barking randomly.
I'm
Yeah.
just like, Joel, okay. Oh, wait, no, it's still its turn.
Well, Fran's just fucked it up, so it's going to go for you. So it comes in at this claw going to rake you. That is a 15.
What's your AC? Bronze?
Yeah, AC, you have light armor. That
13.
is 11 plus your dex, so it's 13.
13. Come on.
Yeah, and you have Solomon's aura, which gives you a 14.
So it barely is
Okay.
over.
It swings into this claw and just barely clips you. You can
Ugh.
dive back out of the way. That's 6 damage. These claws are going to slash you. And get cut across your coat. And Franz is not a particularly tough person. So
No, he's not.
Franz is staggered. As you're kind of rearing back from that, it comes in and tries to sink its like needle teeth into you. Which is a 10. He like goes into you like wave your sword and it backs up, not one gets face cut off.
Joel, I found something.
Yeah, it already used its reaction, so Joel is gonna run over to help you. You'll do a charge.
You hold ass.
Actually, no, it gets it to. Yeah, it got its reaction back because it got its turn, and it missed.
All right.
So it can run up and do a charge. +5 to hit, +6 if you outnumber it.
All right.
17 hits.
All right.
D3 +2. If he runs up and he punches it in the stomach, because he then goes up for his offhand attack. He's 20 +6 again. Oh, and that'd be another +2. That'd actually be 6 damage. Yep, 17 also hits. So D20 +4 because you charge. Another 6 damage. He goes up and being like nearly 6 foot, he's able to hit these things a lot easier than you having a wave above your head. He comes up and bop bop.
Alright.
Alexandria, who is 4 feet.
Hold up a moment before we go into Solomon's turn.
Yep.
Oh, we got a debuff.
Yep, we got a debuff to roll. So, we are going to roll the debuff on the table, and then you will tell us who you want to give it to. It can be any player character random. You want it to be given to somebody random. All right. So we'll roll 2 different things. So let's just go by the initiative order for who gets it. So roll 1d10 for which debuff it is, which is number 6. 1, 2, 6. Disabled. For the next 30 minutes of playtime, the character cannot use their unique class abilities. So no spells, rage, tricks and techniques, etc. And for who gets it, we're starting from the first thing. So we're starting in from the top in initiative order for this. Just so you know.
Yeah.
So Mr. Rolled 22 is number 1. 2, 3.
Yeah. Well,
5,
oh yeah, it
6,
goes. And yeah, other
8.
season
8. Oh, Mr. Dude that's getting attacked by Alexandria and Joel gets their debuff.
Right.
He cannot use any magic for 30 minutes.
Ha 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 ha! You fuck suck.
You guys, they only get 3 spells, and he's done invisibility, something on Conk, and then he tried to do hideous laughter, so he's done all of his spells.
Oh
Well,
well.
he can't use his class
okay.
abilities either, so.
If with this, his the poison on his bite won't apply if he manages to hit with it.
Alright.
That's basically the closest he has to a class.
And we
ability.
also have a buff.
Alright.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, other
the
things
buff
going
is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So roll 1d6. So we get Blessing of Regeneration, heal a character for d4 +1. And who are you giving it to? Whoever's on the opposite side of the initiative of the curse. That would be Karnk, actually.
And he is
Can't-
fully healed.
So I'll say go to the next person. So mange.
Mange would heal D4 plus 1, which is
yeah,
minimum
go
of
down.
2, so he would just get
So as
back up
mange
to
is
max.
going back into the shinies, you feel this like black and white mist kind of surround him for a second, and then you have like a slight graze, which is kind of healed up.
Mange is just like, Mange's reward for getting shinies, and keeps getting shinies.
Right, Solomon.
Alright.
You guys, he's gonna continue ganking this thing in the corner.
Hell
Yeah, he's gonna keep on swinging. Damn.
You swing the axe and it flies up above it. Friends.
I'm gonna keep swinging first with the short sword, and then, if luck would have it, the dagger as well.
Oh no, your dagger is with disadvantage.
Oh yeah, it's but still.
14, did you include your outnumbering bonus?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that just barely misses. You swing down and just hit the hood of your blade.
Well, gonna still try and hit with the dagger.
It's
So roll that disadvantage with the +1, and...
Wow.
Wow, oh, okay. You're better with
Ooh.
your dagger, 4 damage.
Yep.
Yeah, and you're gonna swing the blade, it dodges that, and then the blade kind of slashes, just barely catching its arm, and it flies back and kind of holds it and hisses. As that is just barely enough to stop its spell casting.
Alright. How much longer is Mange going to take to get all this shit?
This thing
I
is
think
scooping it
with
up.
Mage's determination, like you would get the rest of the gold by this turn. As you can
Right.
look at the gold, you notice a few small gemstones at the bottom.
Mange grabs those 2, tosses them in the bag.
Guess how much he's actually going to spend of that?
None.
Well,
None.
since it's actually gold, he's more willing to spend it than items.
Like
The
you also
gems.
see a few at the bottom. There's a few gemstones as well.
Motherfucker.
Which look roughly like this. They're like kind of white with a kind of bluish inside.
Sort of like an
to them.
opaque white with a bluish hint.
Yeah, it's a moonstone. If anybody wants to like Google what they look like,
Alright.
there's like a few of those at the bottom as well, which you shove into your bag.
Alright, and now... What's up?
I'm just gonna 387 GP. And a handful of moonstone gems. Got 8.
So 800 GP total worth of the gems, or per?
Yeah, 800 GP of the handful of gems. That's 7 total.
Alrighty.
That's like your action.
That is my action?
Yeah, they kind of finish scooping them up as Conk's. Actually, Conk is trying to pull you back, so it's be your action and bonus action. Yeah, there's like finishing up scooping them in as Conk is trying to pull you away from the gold pile.
Alright. Let me just mark that thing down so I don't forget it.
You rich damn Skaven.
Is Mange gonna move anyway?
800 gold
Yeah,
down the drain.
we're gonna do it. And Mange is, now that he's got everything, he's going to very quickly pick up his battle axe and his shield. It's just like, fine! Since he's done anyway. And, he's gonna go over here. Be just like, and now there's light.
It's like duck through Conk's legs as you run over.
I'm wondering. Oh, I already used my bonus action attack.
Yeah, used your action and bonus action. It would have just been your action, but Conk were trying to pull you back from it, so you had to go fight again. So it took you there a little bit longer. Right. Conk's
Can't
turn.
go help other one.
He says, they're like, hey! And he's also like trying to like pull at it and Joel back. Hey, what are you guys doing? Leave him alone.
Oh. He's been charmed.
Oh,
As Oh, Alex is the closest. So Alex, roll me a strength.
Oh god, no!
Oh no.
Conk succeeds by 11.
Oh,
You succeed by 0.
He pulls you back out of the way and steps into the way. Leave him alone.
Mark, what the fuck?
Why are you attacking him? Leave him alone. And in his turn, it is out of spells. Just gonna do there.
Still within combat range of Joel,
Yes.
but
Just gonna
so no
give him a
attack of
claw.
opportunity.
Give him a claw, which is a nat 1, so Joel can get a punch in.
Alright.
Roll 1d20 plus.
Joel's gonna solo kill this thing.
Plus 4, was it?
Plus 3. He's not on a charge anymore, and he's not outnumbering.
Well, 20.
Oh no, you would have advantage actually. So still missed, but you didn't get the hit in.
Huh?
Oh, it had advantage.
Yeah, because Joel charged, it had advantage.
Gotcha.
So
Damn.
goes into the claws and Joel kind of throws himself backwards and scrapes across the armor on him. And it
So
goes
ignore
and tries
that.
to fight him. Which would have been another nat 1, but he does have advantage. So instead becomes a 13, which I think misses.
Joel's AC.
Is give me a second. His AC is
So he's 13, with, he's actually just outside of Solomon's aura, so that does actually just hit. But thankfully his special poison, it doesn't get applied because it's a debuff, so it's just 1 damage.
Oh
As
no.
these
Alright.
units kind of bite into his shoulder. So, just as they bite, you hear this kind of roaring, grinding sound, assuming the teeth start spinning.
oh,
So it kind of gets
like
that, starts spinning for a second, he pulls his shoulder back, just kind of graze across it.
oof.
Right, Alex, Conk is...
Oh, wait, no, he still gets his attack of it, like, his attack, doesn't he? Like, Joel?
No.
It had advantage.
Yeah,
Ah.
so he originally thought it was just a nat 1, but then he forgot that he had advantage, so he wouldn't have gotten just a nat 1. There was no fumble,
Ah.
there was no attack in the end.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Conk is pulls you backwards and they're trying to stop you from going to hit his new friend.
Joel, what the fuck?
Oh, Conk,
Joel.
not Joel. Joel's punching.
I mean, Conk, what the fuck, man?
What the fuck with you? Leave her alone. Just chilling.
Alright, I kind of just try to slap him out of it. He's fucking charming you!
I don't know what you're on about. It's just a friendly little imp. You just leave it alone, it'll leave us alone. We already got the shit.
It just tried to make me hideous laughter. Fuck that.
Hey, you're attacking it. Leave it alone. And I think that's about 6 seconds. So you try and squeeze past? Right?
Yes,
Roll in a
I'm
first
trying-
rank.
Yeah,
You can use Dex because you can try and slip past him.
Alright, I'm gonna try and use Dex, because my Dex is better.
He succeeds by 9.
So roll your dex, and you succeed by 2,
Yeah,
so
you-
he wins.
But his big hand just his hands are the size of your torso, so he just grabs you and pushes you back, kind of holding you there.
And that's your turn.
This little
Little
thing.
shit. As if we're not having enough problems with little shits.
Looking at you, Mange.
As unfortunately, Franz is the only one that's actually managing to hurt it, so it's just going to keep going for you because you keep
Oh, shit.
managing to hurt it.
Desire.
That is a 16
Yep,
for the
that
first
hits.
attack.
Alright,
And then you have
Mange is
plus
going
damage.
to, since he's here, attempt to block that with heroics or
You
whatever
try
it
to
is.
rescue?
Yeah.
Yep, so that's a Dex and a
Fucking
luck.
dragon with that.
Save
hole.
me, rat man.
And it's a
So
raw
it
luck,
succeeds. Yeah, just luck.
and I succeed.
Yeah, so as the claws go in, you run up the tentacle and it whaps it in the arm. And
I take the
Yeah,
damage
wait,
instead because I didn't do it at, Oh wait, that would have been at advantage.
Yeah,
I
that's the
actually
thing,
didn't roll at advantage, so
you
it's
can
just
choose
blocked.
beforehand. Yeah, you can choose beforehand to roll with advantage, but you'll take the hit if you succeed.
Which I didn't
But-
do,
but
so
beforehand,
I actually very
So you
specifically
can-
removed the advantage from the luck rolls.
yeah, yeah, you bat it, and it turns and hisses at you, and then its teeth start whirring. And it tries to bite your tentacle. Oh, natural 15, so that is a
But
21.
I'm within the aura, and I have my shield up now, so my AC is 17. It doesn't hit.
Your AC is not 21. It is a natural 15.
Yeah.
Oh.
That is 1 damage. And then give me a luck will.
Oh shit.
Do I lose 1 luck from that rescue, by the way?
Yeah. So your luck should be at 8. Do you want to reroll that?
I am going to reroll that with my last reroll and fail.
Alright. So you still lose 1 luck from the poison. And roll me a d4.
1d4. 2.
So as it kind of bites and kind of carves into your tentacle, Mange kind of blinks and is like looking around, and you're like, "Wait, where the fuck are we?" As the last thing you remember is leaving the house to come here.
Oh boy.
As
So he's not even gonna remember taking the gold. That little fucker.
So the last thing Mange remembers is like packing up and being like, "All right, let's go and loot the place." And you're like, "Wait, what? Where are we?"
Oh,
Mange is looking around very
shit.
confused.
So as far as chaos gifts go, we aren't gonna let you do it to enemies because that's sort of a little bit OP. You can give it to someone like Karnk or Joel, though, like other NPCs in the party, if you so wish.
I'd say you can give it to NPCs, or like you can give it to like a major, like basically a named NPC. You can give it to. These guys are just imps, but like if like they find the Necromancer or any other like anybody
If they
in the
have
other
a name,
war,
you can do the chaos gift to them. That's basically what we're gonna go by.
Yeah, if they're a major character that I'll actually remember past the session.
Yeah.
I'll never forget these imps.
So he's going to step up, and thankfully he has his dark vision, so you can just keep punching it, even though it's out of the direct light.
Yay, light.
So he wants to roll for him.
Roll again.
And almost punches the wall.
Ooh.
Well,
And he kind of swings, and the thing is ducking and diving out of the way and managing to just barely avoid him.
I already
damn
hate this
these
encounter.
fucking flies!
Hey,
They don't
Hey,
have that great AC, you guys.
hey
are just rolling
Trisky,
ass.
remember how mad you were at me last session? I'm mad at you now, you little bit.
I'm playing my character!
I didn't care.
There's no real in-character reason for you to go ahead of Mange, the fucking barbarian with the better armor, who's the tank. Meanwhile, Mange is an established fucking loot goblin. Don't give me that shit.
I hate my mom.
Still, fuck you.
You can be mad at me, but you can't be mad at Mange. I mean, you can be mad at Mange, but you can't be mad at Mange for no good reason.
The only reason Solomon doesn't go in front, he doesn't have a fucking light source because he's as tough as
Yeah,
Mange.
that too. I had the fucking light source. You're following me. And Zach is rejoining because he couldn't talk, apparently.
Fuck.
Can you hear me? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can hear you now.
Every now and then, I have to leave and come back before Discord will accept the mic. So yeah, Solomon, the thing just bit Mange's tentacle, and now Mange is looking around really confused. He's like, "Wait, what?
Where,
so
Mange? Where am I? Why here? What thing? And they points at the fucking imp. It's just like, what you?
Wing.
Why you have Mange's axe?
Yeah, as you're like, "What that?" And then the thing's head just, you like point at it, like, "What's that?" And his head just falls to the floor.
Nice.
It's a nasty little thing that just ate part of your memory. By the way, thanks for letting me borrow this thing here. And he waves the axe around in one hand with no issue.
Mange looks at him and just sort of like, why Mange give you axe? Mange looks down at his hands and sees that he has his battle axe and his shield. It's just like, this work.
I'm going to give it back to you once I find the weapon myself for this size. It works pretty well.
So are these things evil, right? Any more?
Yeah,
I know they are
also
one for me right now. Something with his head, magic involved, blah blah blah.
The Mange turns around and sees a weird guy stood behind him with a
Who are
weapon.
you? Mange brings up his weapons.
Mange? What are you talking about, Mange? I thought we had already established this.
So, one
He
thing that's
also
really
forgets
fun.
that you owe him.
Yeah, so I was just about to say that. Just because Mange forgets it, if you so choose to avoid mentioning it, you can get 100% of your share of the shinies.
Well, it's like he still has them on him. It's like they're still like in his bags.
He just has to go to nap.
He just
from
doesn't
down-
remember that he has them until he checks next time.
By the way, so one thing I want to establish for Alexandria, aka Fluff, Mange has historically, eventually, very begrudgingly shared gold.
Yeah.
So you're getting a share of that. He's not keeping it all himself. He's just still a greedy motherfucker, so he focuses on that. So it's not like he gets
I
all of the
wanted
gold.
to make
But
sure
he's
of
still on
that.
person. Like, you could probably pickpocket him at some point because he doesn't know he has gold there.
It's all stuffed in my main bag, and he'll
Yeah.
fucking keep it. But yeah, so he got so much gold from that. It was what, like 300 odd.
Yeah, nearly 400 gold and a bunch of moonstones and a flask.
Yes. All right. I wanted to make sure of that because
No,
wasn't-
I'm not that much of a dick as a player, and Mange knows that he has to share with the rest of the warband, even though it's very begrudging because he doesn't fucking want to. But when it comes to like things like the gemstones that he found those are his because there's only like maybe one or so of them.
okay, you know what? Fair enough.
Yeah, so like big objects, big single things like the fucking harp he got and everything else he keeps. It's his. He got it first. His finders, keepers, losers, weepers. But when it comes to gold, he's just like, fine, must share with party, I guess. Pay mercenaries, pay warband, kind of shit. so you can rest well knowing that I didn't just steal the entirety of 400 gold for myself.
Okay, good. Because I was about to say, I understand from a lore perspective, but it still fucking sucks for everybody else in the party.
Yeah,
I was gonna say.
Yeah, like I only just recently realized that was probably what you were concerned with. No, I'm
Yeah.
not holding it all to myself.
That was what I was concerned with.
The main issue here is we're in a dark fucking bunch of caves and he has the best light source.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise it would be more spread out.
Yeah, so friends,
maybe-
you see the axe go through the imp, its head kind of flying off, and then their head and the body kind of like dissolving into mist. And then Mange shouting and screaming at you.
Oh. Well, Franz is a bit intimidated by Mange's new look on life, I suppose.
Which is
So
hilarious
he's got-
because Mange has a disadvantage on all intimidation because of a fucking
Yeah,
previous
still.
chaos gift.
Yeah, funny voice.
But Franz decides to investigate what became of the other imp. I think I can get all the way, over there.
Yeah.
And do I have a line of sight with that imp?
I don't know, can you?
Okay, so one thing I want to do real quick, if you don't mind. Solomon,
Yeah?
do you say anything to Mange?
Yeah, let me just voice my here.
Dude is friendly. You got him out of the cage.
All right. If you hadn't mentioned that, I would have been rolling like a 1d2 or a 1d3 to see if I swing at him as he leaves my combat range.
Oh,
Yeah, and so friends, you can see what you can see. That's the point of the dynamic lighting. That if you can't see it, you can't see it. You can move around to see if you can see it, but the only light source is Mange and a bit from Alex. Like Joel can see it because he can see in the dark because vampire. You cannot.
Solomon can see a little
We
bit.
can
in the dark.
see Joel's radius because we control him, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
let me.
And we share some of Alexandria, so you can only see that.
Yeah, Solomon really needs to get some low light division representation too, because you can't see in the dark with light sources around
You
him.
can see in the dark, but not like pure dark. Yeah, you would be able to see it. You can see better than the others, but not like Joel level.
Joel's
Like
on
the hazy parts of the dark area that we have, you can probably
you
see
can
as
see
if it were full light.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I can't really set that.
But you can
Yeah.
definitely see Joel trying to punch something.
Yeah, you can definitely see Joel running back and trying to punch at something there. You just can't see what he.
okay.
Yeah. Also, at this point, he doesn't really care right now. He's busy trying to fill Mage back in on what's
Instead of
going
actually
on.
giving night vision to Joel, I can give him this instead. There you go. That aura is Joel's dark vision.
Okay. And I suppose not if I were to run up here, I would see much more. No.
No, you
So
don't.
Well,
you could
You
like stand
don't
there and
exude
try to
any
attack, like,
light.
you can see like a bit more than this, and like just bounce around. It and go exactly straight line
Okay.
stop. Like stuff you
So,
can see
can I
vaguely,
sword
like you'll have disadvantage, but you can see generally that it's next to Joel. It's around here. Yeah, you could step up and try and smack it,
I'm gonna try and throw my dagger at it.
and like stand there and throw a dagger.
Yeah, if I can get
And
past the goal, I
the thing
suppose.
for ranged weapons in this is if you miss, you roll a d3 on a 1, you reroll to hit against a friend in that melee.
Okay.
And enemies have higher AC. Because they're like moving around and they're not stood right next to each other, just trading punches. They're moving around, zipping all over the place.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna
You
try
can
and throw
throw
it.
your knife. You just might hit Joel in the back.
It's disadvantage though, right?
Yep.
Ooh.
Nice. Yeah, you rear it up and you throw it. Roll a d3.
That is at disadvantage.
Yes. Yeah. On your sheet, there's in the
Yeah.
weapons. There's a thing that says
Okay.
advantage. You can set it to dis.
You can
Yeah,
set
so
it
you don't
to-
actually
okay,
just have to roll it twice. You can set it to disadvantage and roll it once.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, so 9 misses. So roll a d3. So /r space d3.
Yeah.
And on a 1, you roll again to hit Joel.
No, 3.
You
Luckily.
throw the knife and you hear it clattering off, and you hear it clattering down somewhere in the dark.
Alright, so,
If you have an extra dagger, you could offhand throw one as well.
I only got one.
Yeah, you throw your knife and it clatters somewhere over there.
Hey, I
Mange
tried.
is just like, there's stuff going on over there. And he is going to go over here, see this thing, because he has light. And he's just like, that thing what we want to kill, right? So we're saying this
And
offhandedly.
you see Joel trying to punch it.
Okay, yes,
That's
he's
pretty
just
good.
like,
We want that
okay,
thing
swing
dead.
that thing.
And
Meanwhile,
Karn's like,
Karn
"Hey,
over
no, don't hit the thing."
Ooh.
Does Karn
He's
actually try and
charmed.
stop him, or is he already
Yeah, he's like putting
occupied?
his arm out. It's like, he's used his action, but he is like putting his hand out, like trying to stop you. He
I'm
doesn't
kind
have
of
the-
yelling out at Mange. He's charmed. Don't
Yeah,
listen to
he's
him.
got like one hand like half like that's like basically plopped over Alex's face, pushing her back. He's like, "It's turn." He's got this massive kind of like Shrek pushing back Fiona. It's like massive ass hand just covering her face. And then the other one's like trying to grab Maine's feet, like kind of zipping past.
All
I'm
right,
gonna
so do
run
I have to
through
roll
bathroom
anything
real
to
quick.
try and avoid it, or?
In the meanwhile.
No, he doesn't have an action, or he's not gonna like smack you. He's just like trying to push you back. He doesn't have the action to actually do it now, but just for a roleplay thing. So if the other's saying hit it, can't
Alright.
say no.
Flavor. Got it.
Yeah. So at his turn, he'll probably try and pull you back, but it's not his turn yet.
All right. So, Mange is gonna come up here and be like, stab time. And just sort of... So we have +1 to hit because of outnumbering, right?
Yep.
All right. Full barrage of attacks from Mange. So there's Battle Axe. That's a crit. Not magical weapon,
Swing.
though, so...
Oh yeah, because the great axe is much. See, swinging,
Yeah.
like, clip it in the side, it kind of spins, almost like whacks its head against the wall.
Offhand dagger, 14. That is with a
that-
+1.
So that just means you can stab that and it kind of catches it, pushes it back out of the way.
Tentacle, another fucking crit. Is it disadvantage
Slapped it in the
against
face.
acid damage?
It's non-magical damage,
All right.
and the other thing is not magical. Yeah, tentacle slaps and you hear a sizzling. It's like, ah!
Karnk would be in range to have an attack if he weren't
Yeah.
charmed.
He's trying to like, yeah, he's gonna try and pull Mange and Franz, both of you back out of the way.
All right.
So
So
both
roll a
of you,
strength.
Roll a strength, then I'll roll for friend since he's on body break. Ooh, he succeeds by 16.
Mage just gets dragged back by the tail.
Yeah. That's yes. As you went up there, you feel like you swing on these attacks, and as you feel yourself being yanked backwards, the tentacle slaps out and whacks, and just as you get yanked and pulled backwards.
This game wants to give me all of the 20s. It's just that in this circumstance, the 20 isn't helpful. Wait, the battle axe was a nat 19. Hold up. I set it to 19-20 crit, and it has a 19 damage. 19. The target must roll on the injuries and setbacks table.
There we go.
Hey, you get a 19-20 as a barbarian.
No. I set it to 19-20, so that would pop up green for a 19.
Oh, okay.
Because he gets on a natural 19.
Yeah, so roll the damage for it.
All right. Yeah, 1d8.
What else is crit damage?
Yeah, so I'll set that back to 20 for the regular crit thing and just try and keep an eye on 19. So 7 plus anything?
So since your weapon isn't magical, you can't really cut it, plus your strength.
Alright, plus my strength would be plus 3, so 10 damage.
Right,
no, we haven't had any chaos gifts this session.
Not yet, no. This is basically the first fight. So, yeah, since your weapon can't hurt you, I'll say he'll roll the injuries with advantage, because it's pretty hard to, cut a hand off when you can't cut the skin properly.
Alright.
I'll just roll it twice and I'll get the best one. So that is 10 damaged armor. It is not wearing armor, so nothing happens.
Alright.
So you basically cut its loincloth off.
Now it's has his dangly little dick floating there.
Yeah. It's more like a cloaca.
Oh, shit.
Ugh. You didn't have to say
All the things in the one hole.
Oh, somebody's doing a gift.
Cloaca, you say?
Yes. Somebody's getting a gift.
Yeah.
I mean, he made a rat pun, so I'm sort of assuming mange, but I want to double check.
Yes, Conk also pulls friends back out of the way.
Unhand me, you great big ogre.
Somebody roll a d4 19, because you've added a new gift.
Alright. Yep. Mange gets a 31. Is that another characteristic?
31. The eye opens. The next time you roll on the table, roll twice, and you pick the result.
Okay.
That's really good.
I mean, it's nothing for now.
So, until you use it, that counts as a chaos gift. If you get...
Yeah, I'm putting it on my list.
Yeah, it counts as your total. Once you use it, it vanishes. Yeah. The card pulls them back out of the way. And its turn... some fucking demon doesn't care if it dies. So normally it'd be like, oh, it'd probably fly away at this point, but it's a demon. It's just like, oh, let's go home and heal for a bit. Just gonna fly around and just take somebody with me. So fly over and try and scratch at Joel again. Oh god, if we could poison Joel, that would be great. Joel's just like, wait, what the fuck? Oh, that's it. It's nat 19 though on the claws. Nobody'd really be able to do any rescue because Conk's in the way. So that is 3 damage to Joel. So somebody can mark that, and then
minus 3. 8 damage. 8 health. He is not staggered yet.
Just barely above. And then somebody roll a D100. Actually, let me double check. It might be a test. Trigger. Yeah, they roll on the dark and dangerous magic table.
87.
Oh,
or 85. We'll do 85 since it's
got in first. Oh yeah, but Alex, we'll go 85. Yeah. You cast a random spell. There is a 50% chance the target is centered on you. So roll a d2. On a 1, it will be centered on Joel. On a 2, he can pick the target.
Nice!
Joel can pick the target. So then roll a d8. Let's see what spell he casts.
Oh
Just
boy.
fucking casts fireball at this fucking thing.
5. Blindness.
Alright, he's gonna cast blindness on this motherfucker, I assume.
DDM, those cost men luck. Triggering DDM costs a luck. Then yeah, I assume he'll be targeting the demon.
Yes.
Alright, so blindness. Let me roll the thing because these things have magic resistance. Yep, so he like feels this magic energy surge and he points it and like throws it at the thing. You'll see this like white flash go towards the creature, and then seem to just like flow around it and seems to be dissipated in front of it. It has a 50% magic resistance. Anything with magic resistance is whenever they're targeted by a spell, I roll a d100. On that number or less, the spell does nothing.
Alright.
But he does also test GDM for casting a spell. He's good.
Alright.
Then he gets a bite. It's nat 1. Don't do a punch.
Ooh, punch him!
Punch.
1d20 plus 3.
Ah!
It like goes to bite him and like goes to punch it in the teeth, but just pulls itself backwards in time. Alex,
Like,
got this big meaty hand kind of pushing you all back and like blocking up this entire exit.
Conk, please get out of my way. He's hurting Joel.
You keep punching him, we just stop it, it would leave.
Can I attempt to use charisma to convince him to let me go?
He is magically charmed.
Ah, fuck.
He will not
Alright,
listen to
let's try
regular
to get.
human reason.
Let's try to get past him again then.
We will say when it gets to Solomon's turn, Solomon can do a magical charm once. So you can try and charm him back.
I don't want to use it on that, but it is very needed right
You try to
now.
get past him, roll an acrobatic. So you try to like, go between Konk's legs. We'll have it be in the pose,
Alright.
because more people are probably going to try.
Alright, so you
Yeah.
succeed by 9.
Yeah, so I'm not going to have it be an opposed roll, I'll just have it be a roll, since I'm assuming multiple of you are going to try it, so he's trying to block everybody. Yeah, so Alex kind of ducks and goes between his legs.
Can I use that as a charge enough for a charge then?
There's also this very awkward angle to try and swing at. So I'll say yes, but you'll be attacking with disadvantage.
Alright,
It's
never
gonna-
mind. Not gonna charge then. Let's just attack it.
You're in a very close space trying to run at this thing which is floating up.
Alright, let's just try and attack it then. Let's
It's
just-
thankfully lower now since it has been attacking it. It has been attacking Joel. So it's at about
Alright.
your height.
Okay. Alright, not hitting on that one.
Those are
And I think that hits.
they're at disadvantage still because you're attacking at a weird angle. So you can
Right,
see
so
here,
that's
like,
the
a
first
rock
short
up to
sword,
here.
those 2 rolls.
Yeah, so 13 misses.
So it's
and
a
then
disadvantage
one-
whether or not you charge, is the point.
Okay, I'll put it on disadvantage for the advantage now, and even on disadvantage.
It's not a crit damage, so you still roll the damage for it. Unfortunately, you can't disarm it. So
Okay.
roll your damage. And that 19 does nothing against this thing. It's got claws and teeth.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
roll-
1d8
Yeah,
or 1d6.
Yeah, d6 plus 1 for your dex.
Wow.
Great.
Yeah, you then start slashing towards it, one of them like barely nicks the bottom of its foot. And Joel
Alright.
will step up to give people room, and he'll try and punch it again.
Alright.
Kill it, kill it, kill it.
Let Mange get in range. Distract Konk.
Yeah, so he has plus 4 because you do outnumber him now.
If we get
Oh,
managed to kill it,
16
that
hit.
won't be that much of an
So
issue.
16. Roll
Yep,
damage.
first one hit.
1d3 plus 2, right?
Mhm.
Alright.
5.
Then roll the hit and it again. The Mange range.
20
Alright.
also hit. More damage again.
Alright. Okay.
It is just very unfortunate that his maximum damage is 2. Because it has resistance to his damage.
Yeah.
Solomon?
Well, Solomon can't really do much.
You can still be close enough to give us the AC bonus, but you can't really do much for the combat.
Unless you want to try and also squeeze past Kong.
Yeah,
bad.
with 25 movement and get in the way.
Gonna stop here.
Can't run through a wall. Yeah, you can step up to there. It just gets Joel in your aura.
Yeah, okay. I couldn't see how far I was up there.
Yeah, he's just barely in it.
And
Friends.
it's actually good, except for he is going to try and use a lure of Slanesh.
Ooh.
You're gonna try and counter charm Kong?
Yeah, we're gonna try and convince him that that is not a very good friend.
Let me check.
You could have better friends.
Yeah. I need to have a luck will to resist it.
Mm-hmm.
From
That is a
Karg.
D20 at target of 6.
Poor Karg.
Yeah, since he is currently an NPC, I'll roll for him. Yeah, he fails.
Okay, now I
So
rolled
you
a.
charm that, and I'll say that although it's not in the thing, a lot of the spells in this you can like reverse it to cure it. Like blindness, you can reverse it to cure blindness.
Hey! Oh,
further out.
wait. Is that good?
Yeah, so you use your charm person to cancel the charm person.
And well, I rolled hours anyway, so Karg is extra happy to have me as a friend right now.
Yeah, so what does Solomon's Allure of Slanesh look like when you use it?
I just imagine. Sorry, can I just do my input for a
Solomon
gag at
with the
least?
50.
Yeah, because I have no idea how to explain it.
Yeah, I just imagine Solomon walking up to Kark, like holding up his one hand and placing it on his shoulder, like exaggeratedly, and like that fucking Spider-Verse fucking scene. Just like giving him an awkward smile.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, you don't need to listen to that thing. That's an asshole. They're your friends.
Yeah, it's kind of just like shakes his head like, yeah, that's a good point. He's a tiny little shit. I can eat that thing. Wouldn't even have to chew.
Alright,
Sorry,
well, I'm
it's
assuming
Franz.
that now I don't have to try to get past Kark.
It's Franz's turn, accidentally skipped.
Oh, yeah.
Frenzy?
Yep.
Yeah, Kark is no longer trying to block you.
Yeah, well, a friend is hurt and has just been pushed by Kark. Realized that maybe I should sit this one out for now. I have ouchie.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
not quite staggered. Actually, no, you are staggered.
yeah, yeah, staggered.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So Fran
Yeah.
stands back to, I don't know, take a breather for now.
You can just like step back out of the way.
Yeah.
Mange.
Can Mange assume Kark steps aside well enough in time for him to get a charge in?
Kark's like, yeah, why am I... Oh, and he sees you coming, kind of steps out of the way, lets you run past.
Alright, so Mange is charging this motherfucker. What does that do
It did
again?
kind of-
+2?
Yeah, +2 to hit and damage. And it kind of hears the charging, like hears the big thump of Kark stepping out the way, turn like,
And it's outnumbered, so I get the +1 from that, right?
Yep. It's a +3 on this attack on top of the normal stuff.
Alright, so
Yeah,
main
right
battle
from the
axe. AC 21, and that's a non-crit 13 damage.
You swing in the axe and smack it.
Oh wait,
in
no,
the chest.
was that the right one? Yes, it was the battle axe. Never mind, I thought I
that-
accidentally rolled the great axe.
Yeah, that had the +3 charge. Yeah, so you swing and you crack it in the side and hear something pop, but it's still up. So like this, like its spine is kind of twisted
That's
around.
at
at a weird
disadvantage.
angle. Oh, nice. Yeah, how does
Wait, why is
Mange
it
finish
plus-
it off?
Oh yeah. Alright, so Mange is just going to like knock it into the wall with his axe. It's still gonna be up, and so Mange is just going to lunge out his other arm and just impale it straight through the eye and just like hold it there, and it's like it on the edge of his dagger, and he's just gonna look at it, sort of just like
You kind of
curious.
swing the axe, hitting it into the wall, and like your axe not biting in, but you kind of more holding it there through like sheer strength, just holding it into the wall. You jab the blade, and it goes through the other, and it stops as it hits something. And imagine me just stab, just repeatedly stabbing the same spot until you feel it start to crack and eventually give way and you get through into the brain beneath.
Alright,
Hold
I'm
it
just
there,
kind
and it
of...
convulses for a second, then fades into mist.
First things first, I'm over here. I'm gonna be like, Joel, are you alright? I think I've got one healing spell. Do you want it?
Yeah, I'm fine. Scratches.
Save me.
How
Scratches.
sane is Mange? That is his own question. We're not going to go into philosophy. One.
I don't think anybody here is fully sane.
Oh shit, Franz, are you alright?
I think he's pretty hurt.
Well, I have
Yeah,
been
so,
through worse,
like,
but I
Fran-
would be lying.
Yeah,
if I
Franz's only injury was a single scratch. So he's got these three like small lines kind of down his shoulder, like across like just like one of the pecs, and it's like these three small lines just oozing out blood.
Well, granted, he has been sitting in a cage for 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like-
malnourished.
They're not wide, but they're quite deep. So he got
Alright,
you.
hold still.
Roll your DDM. And roll how much
Okay.
you heal.
Like steps up and like rubbing the hamstring. You see this purple glow come up, and she like sets it onto your shoulder.
Alright.
Alright, let me... Okay, so...
You feel this like soothing presence kind of come over your shoulders, doing start to like slowly heal themselves up.
Alright, let me see how much I heal.
2d4. You don't have an
Fascinating.
you don't have a nip mod, so just 2d4.
8.
8.
Max health.
That would
alright.
heal him from like death's door. He has 11 hit points max.
I could pick up
Yeah.
so many squishies.
He has less HP than Joel. Because you want ass on his hit points and he's a rogue.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Doing alright now?
Yes, much better. Thank you.
You
Very
have
much.
like, the three lines in your coat, and now underneath is like very light like pink lines of like an old scar.
Alright, now there's something over here I wanted to check out.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking thing
this
with
little
the
thing.
moth?
Yes, is
Can
this
we assume
bolted
that
into the
Mange would have
ground?
grabbed it?
But no, because you grabbed the flask and then ran off.
You didn't specify
true.
that.
Yeah, alright.
Alright, I'm gonna kind of inspect it and see if I can pick it up or if it's bolted to the ground.
It's just kind of set on the ground. It looks like a small bird cage. You
I'm
can see
just
this
gonna-
moth there that when the light comes up starts flitting around, seemingly excited. You can see in front of it is this like small like dropper with this like almost honey like looking liquid, but a lot thinner than honey. The light brown.
It's like an amber sap.
Yeah, amber.
Aw, it's kinda cute. I think I'll take you with
Flapping around, seemingly excited.
Seems
Just
like a
imagining
night
your
sword.
kitsune batting against it as if it wants to eat the thing.
Yeah, it kind of comes up and like, bats the cage, and the whole thing shakes, and the moth kind of flaps to the other side.
Void, no. Bad girl.
It, like looks at the cage, kind of licks its lips when you see it, like turns and like stands around your feet,
Oh,
like rubbing
good
itself
girl.
against it like a
There.
cat.
There we go, good girl. I think we'll take this little fella along with us. And take this dropper, because I assume it's gonna need that.
Yeah. When you pick up the drop, you see it starts flapping around, like even more excited.
I give him a little bit of the dropper.
Yeah, so you can like hold the drop up to the cage, and the moth kind of flies up to it, and you squeeze the dropper, and it like takes it. I don't know how moths eat.
Alright,
It sucks
so,
it up with like it has like a hose kind of
Yeah.
proboscis thing that comes
Yeah,
out.
yeah. You, like squeeze it, and a small little drop comes out, and the moth flies up to it, and it.
Someone have any idea what this thing is?
Yeah, and you just see like the cage has got like a very small door with like this little tiny lock on it. Like there's no actual lock; it's just like a little bolt that slides across. So you could easily like open it if you wanted.
Yeah, but he's more worried about what kind of moth this is.
Do you have wilderness law?
No, but Mange does.
It
Hey,
does have
Mange.
religious lore though, so
I think I'll be taking this moth with me.
We got the moth watching portion. Yeah, so basically we just finished up battle just shortly ago, and now we're looking at some of the loot that was around. Mange had already scooped all the gold into his pouch, but he failed to grab this cage with a little moth in it.
So
That
is
Alexander's
Kark
now.
gonna tell you that you just swiped all the gold?
I mean, I don't think Conk would have. Conk didn't really notice that Mange seemed confused. He was too busy like shoving you away from attacking his imp friend.
I mean, he was charmed the whole entire time, so...
Yeah, he wasn't really paying attention to Mange. He was paying attention to Alex, who was trying to stab his friend.
Alright,
Yeah.
Solomon, you mind explaining this to him?
Solomon was
trying to-
busy working an imp. He didn't see it.
I was about to remind Mange about something he picked up, but you have no idea. So that'll be fun the next time Mange has a drink.
He's like, where'd this scroll come from?
Okay.
No
I
one
should
actually
probably note down that I have that.
Alright. So I'm gonna pick up this cage and I'm gonna take it along with the moth inside. And this dropper too, because I'm assuming it's gonna need it.
Alright. Do you ask Mange what it is, or no?
I'm gonna kind of take it up
I mean,
to him
you
and
don't
say,
know. The last
I'm
thing
gonna-
you remember was coming in.
Well,
I'm
yes,
gonna-
but I also have wilderness lore. If she asks me, I can see if I can understand what kind of moth it is.
"Hey, Mange," I kind of hold the cage with the moth inside up to you. Any clue what this is?
All right, so can I
Besides-
roll my wilderness lore with perception instead of intelligence?
I mean, for knowing what kind of moth it is, that would be intelligence.
All right,
And I'll say, you lived underground? Actually, no, moth would be underground.
7 out of 10. So basic success.
So yeah, Zach doesn't know anything fancy about moths. I'm not into entomology or anything.
Is
Yeah,
there
it just seems to
anything
be like-
magical or anything obviously about this?
It seems like it seems smarter than a normal moth. It seems like recognize like, oh, the dropper gives me food, and like when people come near, that means it seems like, oh, the dropper means food, and when people come near, that means I get food. Seems to have been trained somewhat.
Mange looks at it and just sort of looks up at Alexandria and says, not really normal moth.
Oh, smart little fella. I like
He
smart
never said
fella.
that.
No? Alright,
He
I
said
say,
not,
oh,
he all he says at this point is not really normal moth.
oh, well, how so?
Mange holds out his hand a little bit and says, may I see for a moment? Can you give a
Sure.
chaos gift to the moth? No? Damn. We'll see. Once we give it a name, we can get it fucking...
A moth wouldn't be able to handle that. A chaos gift would kill it.
Alright.
blows up.
Alright, I like hesitantly give it to you. Just make sure to give it back.
It's like
So,
kinda like
is
a
the
human, but
cage
it's
notably shiny? Or is the moth notably
no,
shiny?
it's fairly like dull, like brass looking.
It's a
brass or
regular ass
copper.
cage and a regular ass, at least aesthetic moth.
Yeah.
So Mange
Yeah, it
isn't all
looks
too
like a
interested in
normal
keeping
bird
it.
cage. Yeah, it looks like somebody got a bird cage, just shrank it, so the moth couldn't escape.
It's a normal bird cage with a moth
it's got, like, a
that
small
isn't
perch
like
that can sit on.
made out of crystal or some shit. Mange doesn't want to keep it, so you have nothing to worry about.
Okay, so I give it to you like, alright, so what's so unique about this little guy that you're talking about?
Mange sort of just takes the little bit of amber from it again, this time with his finger instead of the fucking tentacle, and he holds it up.
Yeah,
And
it's
looks
like
at the moth.
flittering around trying to get to it.
Oh.
Mange sort of
So
like
he's-
motions with another hand as if to try and tell it to sit. Is it that well trained?
Roll a wilderness law with disadvantage. Say use charisma.
Use charisma.
Wilderness law with charisma with disadvantage. It's not that smart, but it might get what you're trying to say.
That is with a disadvantage.
With that, you have like a drop of it on your finger, and when you like hold up a hand, and like stops like flying around so wide, and it kind of comes like basically like a hover, kind of there lightly flapping its wings, kind of floating.
Things sort of
wow.
trained.
It's like slightly shaking, like it's buzzing with excitement.
Things
Wow.
sort of trained. Now his food is food. Now his human means food. And with that, Mange sort of just rewards it by giving it the little bit of amber sap.
He like zips forward and takes it from your finger. So,
And then afterwards, he just hands the cage back and says, "You have nice pet."
Yeah,
With
he's
that,
a
he
little
starts
guy.
wandering past you.
yeah, continues like flapping around quite excitedly for a bit, and then like after a bit, kind of settles down onto like the little
Alright,
kind of
so-
in the corner.
Does
gonna,
anybody
like-
mention anything to Mange as he starts walking away?
Then steps around the corner and sees like, yeah, a nice river going through.
Oh shit! Where's my voice? My before he stepped in.
Look out
Hey.
for the acid.
That's acid!
Mange stops and looks at you and then looks at it. Why did Mange not know this thing?
Because a little demon just bit you and took your knowledge.
Not knowledge, memory.
Or
She lost
memory.
the day so far.
Well, your knowledge of what it is. I don't know. Your memory. Yeah, probably a better way to put it.
Mange just sort of looks back at the pool of acid and then back at you guys and is like, "Sir, how much we explore already?"
A lot, actually.
Yeah, not sure how much we have left. Decently, I think.
Mange looks back at the pool of acid again, then turns to Alexandria, takes off the little pendant on his chest, and almost hands it to her, then thinks about it a second, steps beside her, and hands it to Kark. "You lead way."
Yeah, he kind of takes it. It's like kind of like in like two fingers. He kind of holds it up and it's like, "Alright, now I need 2 hands for my hammer. Where am I gonna put it?" And looking at himself, you see like no shirt, like this big like more belt. He's like, "I ain't holding it. I might crush it or drop it."
Main Short thinks about it again, looks up,
Like,
then turns
looks
to
at
the
Frank,
guy
like,
with
"A lot
only
of
one
buckles."
arm. Mage steps forward and is just like, "You can take more hits than lady." And so just like, I don't know, just like tries to slip it as much as possible into like his neck piece. Like the neck piece of his armor.
I mean, you do have like your strap that holds it in. You just kind of like goes around your chest. You could like unbuckle it and give it to somebody else.
So he unbuckles it and gives it to Solomon. Especially considering Kark is too big to go most places. "You're laid away. You know where we've been."
Sure.
So as of right now, the light is coming off of Solomon and not Mage anymore.
Yep. Bring the light around.
This is...
So that's what it's like. And Mange with that is going to, instead of as before, is going to move people aside and attempt to just leap over this thing.
That's athletic strength. Yep, easy. You just go and you jump it.
And then he
Alright.
steps aside to let other people jump across. Or whatever.
Alright, Void gets back up on my shoulders, and we start climbing back across again.
You can like open your bag, put the moth cage into there for now.
Yeah.
Element also
Moth
goes for
flittering around in a panic because it's dark now.
Oh no, it's dark. He just goes to sleep. He's like, "Okay, dark, it's nap time." Solomon jumps it. Alex. Yeah, Solomon kind of jumps it, kind of like the feet scraping on the side and like just barely avoiding like dipping a foot into it.
And Fran's gonna try and climb it again.
Yeah.
And hopefully
Yeah,
not die.
so Kark would just step over it. He doesn't need to roll. He's big enough.
Joel and Fran's own.
He wants to roll for Joel. Joel actually has the least chance because he has 14 strength and 13 dex.
Can Kark just like pick up Joel and step across?
Kind of.
Yeah, I'll say that would need a roll for him, but he's pretty big. Oh yeah, Nat too. Yeah, it's just like Joel's like kind of getting ready for a run up, and then Kark just like grabs him, picks him up, does a quick hop over.
Alright, so Solomon, I think we should probably go north, see what this last...
Mange
It is
follows
still
at close
going
proximity.
so far. Corner coming up.
As we're walking along this path, Mange makes an express note. "Oh yeah, you give that back after."
You got it. Same with the axe.
And the axe.
Don't take the years, that's your thing.
Also, can I kind of remind... Oh, hey, Mange, you do know that you kind of picked up, like, a lot of gold back there, right?
Did you see him do it?
I mean,
Did
I
you
was
see him
yelling
do
at
it?
him.
Yeah, like everybody saw you just sprint off and go and get it. If they didn't see you, they'd have noticed the light move off into the corner, and then Kark telling you to get away from the loot pile.
Alright.
Yeah, I check your backpack, because I'm pretty sure you just swiped all of it.
Mange takes this opportunity to just sit down and count all his gold individually, and if anybody comes even remotely close, he'll hiss at them and swing his battle axe. Mange, being very stringent with his money, keeps track of everything he owns, basically. Except for, you know, the fucking locket, but he can count how much gold he has, and he'll basically count out exactly that he found 387.
Yeah, and several gemstones, which are now in your bag.
Which he doesn't give to anyone else.
And you
Because nobody
have
else
like
on
an
the
extra
gems.
water skin. It's like you have your water skin and you have like a flask as well. You're not sure where that came from.
I'll just sort of shrug about the flask and put it back. Since, you know, he said he'll tell everyone, found 387 gold. We'll split after.
Alright.
Sounds good. I forgot the voice mod. Oh well.
Yeah, you guys continue on.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe, Alex, at least you should be able to see some light up here.
Oh? I'm
Should
gonna...
be able to.
Do I have permission to go inspect O'Great later?
Can you actually see a light over there? 'Cause you should be able to.
I can see it, so she should be able to as well.
I can see.
Yeah.
Alright, so do I have permission to go look, oh gracious leader?
The shining
Mange
goes
will
over.
turn and see that it's light, and then go sprinting towards it.
Yeah, so, and as you look towards it, it's a light, but it seems like not like white or like orangey like a fire. It seems almost like light grey for some reason.
Mange sprints towards it, ignoring keeping up with Solomon's light, and immediately picks it up.
Yeah, so as you run in, you see like a reasonably rotted away corpse. And it's like most of the skin gone, like the rest of it mostly intact. There's like some flies that buzz off when you come near. It's like laying down, holding this lantern, it's kind of like spraying light onto the corner. It doesn't look like a particularly fancy mass. It's like fairly like battered up bronze. It looks like.
How fast is Alexandria?
Not faster than you, so you get to it first. That's established. Go ahead and take the lamp.
Mange, without any concern, because he hasn't been proven that there might be some hostility yet, as is his modus operandi, just snatches the lantern.
And I chop off the head and take it with me.
Yeah, you take out your sword and start approaching the head. And Mange, you hear just a voice in your head. It's like, finally.
Oh, this is gonna be fucking great!
Do I recognize this corpse? Have I seen it before?
One Mange.
It's like a bit too decayed away. It seems like a human male, but like it's not wearing any clothes. It looks like there's like a few scraps, but not anything recognizable.
Like I'm winding up to cut this thing's head off. Are you gonna tell me anything?
Well, I don't recognize it, so no.
I mean, Mange, are you going to tell me anything?
I hear something, and
yeah, you hear like in the back of your head, almost like you're thinking it, but it's not a voice. It's not like Mange's voice thinking. It's like
who
you're
said
thinking.
that? Mange picks up the lantern, turns around, and says, "Who said that?"
At what Mange?
Can I try an arcane lore to figure out what's going on?
Yeah, you can like examine the lamp or something. So
Okay.
Mange is like holding out the lantern like right here as he turns around.
Mange, let me have a look at that lamp.
Mange holds it up for him, but keeps a grip on it.
Okay, I'm gonna inspect the lamp.
Start looking at the lamp, and I believe it's a perception at disadvantage because you're not a magic user to try and examine it. To do that is not here.
We get out there.
Yeah, you can roll to try and tell if it's magic, but unfortunately, a guy that can tell is gone. Yeah. Manger looks like an old lamp. You're thinking weird, apparently.
Should I roll perception or can I roll like arcane lore or insight?
Do you have arcane lore?
Yeah.
Is it one of the skills you have on your sheet?
Magic. Any character may spend a few minutes to make an intelligence or perception check. If they do not have arcane lore, it's made at disadvantage. So roll either intelligence or perception. As you spend a minute or so looking at it. And Alex apparently starts hacking their head off.
So
I just say, well, whatever it is, if it's this guy, I hope he doesn't mind me hacking his head off. Does Mange hear anything as I say that?
Nope.
I doubt he minds losing his head considering he's long dead.
So then, should I roll a arcane lore or just intelligence?
Intelligence or perception, whichever's best for you.
Okay.
Is the meat on its face and skin stuff already rotted off, or is
It's like partially gone. It seems like the flies have been at it, but it's not fully gone. It's been here a couple weeks probably, so it's not fully gone, but it's not looking pretty. Yeah,
Do you have arcane lore?
Yes, that's what I said.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you know what it is.
Just without it, you have disadvantage. Well,
Yeah.
it's like, you look at it. What do you learn from it? I think you can just tell that it's magical.
It would be a 6. So he's not rolling arcane lore. He's just rolling raw intelligence.
Yeah, that's just a test. Yeah, it's if you don't have the skill, then it's at disadvantage. If you don't roll the skill, it's just that. It's just that.
Okay.
Stat.
Okay.
So how does Franz detect magic? It's like everybody sees it differently. Some people see like a haze. Some people it's like a smell. Some people like hear a hum. It's like how does Franz like tell if something's magical? How does magic come across to him?
A tingle up his spine, going right up into the base of his skull.
Yeah, so you take it and you start like examining it, and after a while you start focusing in, trying to tell if you can feel it, and sure if you can feel the like slight tingle traveling up you as you're looking at this lamp.
I tell him, well, it's clearly magical in some type of way.
Make sure he scratches his head.
And then Fran, you hear a voice like, finally.
Who said that?
Long enough.
Who am I speaking to? Reveal yourself, Spectre.
And you got a great success. Like as you're holding this, it's like so. I'll tell you a couple things about it since you are holding it and it has talked to you. I can tell this thing a soul. It seems like, and like it can like send very short messages to the person holding it, but every now and then it can't do it constantly. You can talk to it. You can send a sentence to it, and it can send a sentence back. But every time you do that, you have to test DDM.
Okay, well, I'm gonna ask it then. Whose soul is trapped within this lantern?
To test the DDM.
I just hear that as I'm like halfway through its neck. I'm like, oh shit, he's here.
DDM. What do you mean, like?
Roll 1d20. You haven't on your sheet. There is a thing for DDM, so it's like underneath the reroll pool.
Dark and dangerous magic. Oh shit.
Yes. Oh, you are so close to proccing it. All right, you raise your DDM by 1. Your resting DDM is up by 1.
There we go. Yep.
Yeah, and what did you ask?
Whose soul is trapped within?
I am Ingravas, and you are the one I put in my cage. I apologize for not getting to you. I apologize for not getting to you, but I was somewhat waylaid.
I can see that. Permanently, it looks like.
Are you sending another sentence over?
No,
no.
Don't yet.
I just consciously choose to do that.
So you know what it is now. Do you communicate this to the rest of us?
I tell him I know who it is within this lantern, and likely the corpse there. It is the Necromancer we have been looking for.
Oh, well, can you ask it 2 things majorly? 1, does it mind if I take its head? And 2, is this its moth? Because I don't know, I'm curious.
Mange, so at this point, Mange yanks it away and says, testing DDM, of course, he sends the message, where did you hide all your shiny things?
Scattered around. Most of it was upstairs. I assume the ones that killed me got it. There's some down here, though, if you find it.
What did it say, Mange?
Nothing useful.
That's little shit.
Do you like toss it? Like the little...
Yank it from it.
No,
from
the lantern itself is shiny, right? In some capacity.
No. Yeah, it's just like battered bronze looking. Doesn't look very valuable itself. It's just
But
like
it is
letting
giving
out-
light, and Mange just did give
Yeah,
away
it's
his
giving
light
off,
thing.
almost grey tinged light, like coming from the front of it. It's like a hooded lantern.
And Solomon can very well use the lantern and still be in combat.
You could probably
you
hang
still
it
need
from
a-
your hip
you
or
need a
something.
hand to hold it. Yeah, you need to hold it with one hand.
All right. So Mange sort of just puts away his dagger and takes the lantern in the hand the dagger was holding. The dagger was held in. And
So here we go.
says, Mange have light now.
Well, it persists.
We'll still get back this thing you borrowed me. Let me borrow.
Mange turns looks at his one arm and says, You hold that. That's stay on you. Mange have arms.
I've
He
proceeded
gives a
to
small-
finish taking this thing's head. Alright, let's go.
So, Mange, are you holding the lantern?
Mange is holding the lantern. He has not released his grip on it.
So let me give you the light. It's 30 foot of dim light. It is 60 foot.
Okay, now we have two light sources.
Bring you down here so you can check what direction it's going in. Yeah, it's coming out from your head. So you can turn yourself to point the light around.
Where the fuck did Mange go? Oh.
Yeah, I just pulled you down here so I could see if it was working.
Alright, so
Bring
I have
yourself
this.
around
Yeah.
to give off dim light. Yeah, it's coming out of your head.
Ooh, let's go this way.
So as you guys come over to here, you notice this like covering the floor is just like this like green slime. It's like an inch or two off of the floor, just like an inch or two of just slime covering the entire floor.
Oh boy. I ready my pistol and my short my short sword. My short sword hand.
Yeah, your hand morphs into a short sword. It already was.
Alright, let me know
And
as
then
we're
I
moving
ready my
along if it
pistol
says
and my
anything
other
to
right
Mange.
It can't talk. It can only talk to you every D4 hours. It can talk to you, but normally you have to like talk to it. It can't talk to you
Provoke it.
very often. Yeah,
Alright.
you have to start the conversation.
Mange looks at this big thing of slime and says, Have we done this thing yet?
No, we haven't yet.
Okay. Mange holds up the lantern and says, What is slime?
Well, it's,
Are you like yeah? Your first level should have been 4. You
I
did go up
changed it on my thing, but it didn't do, but it still passed, so it's up to
so
5 now.
It's up to 5. Yeah, so it just goes. I'm afraid you're going to have to describe. I can't see. I know you said what is slime, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
I said,
so
What is this slime? Basically.
That is the residue of the slimes that guard my sanctum. Some are on the roof, some are in the sea, some are on the floor, I believe.
Sanctum.
Oh
Sanctum.
joy.
He says the slime guard fancy place. Sanctum.
There's like a fancy word for like house, bedroom kind of thing.
Well, yeah, I know what it means, but Mange doesn't really.
Yeah, that's just John telling me.
Big slime then, if this is all one.
Oh boy.
Because Mange
So Mange is reaching really high DDM threshold at this point, so Mange is just probably going to hand this over to anybody who's willing to take it and say, ask him,
sure.
just for a moment, ask him how to get rid of slime.
well, okay then, hand it here. I need to ask him more as well.
So you take it and you ask it. So yeah, roll the DDM.
Yeah. First, let's ask about the slime. So I ask him, how do we get across the slime?
Oh, you are bad luck with that.
And I shit my pants.
roll a
Any of
Roll
the
what?
magic you
What again?
D100.
Luck is reduced by 1 point, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and
And
then
D100. So you'll still get the question. This will happen after he answers.
99.
I don't think
that
that's a
might be
demon.
really bad.
Wait,
Mark,
I have.
rolling D8.
Oh yes, I saw.
Hey, don't you look at the table? That's for me.
No.
Roll 1d8.
got a 99.
Hey, hollow. Hey, this actually works. You are never hungry or thirsty and cannot abide food or drink. Even the smell makes you nauseous. This is permanent.
Okay.
Ooh. So he's permanently no longer able to worry about food. Does that mean he just like naturally gets an average on like the lifestyle thing
Yes.
from now on?
Yeah, you just always get average. You can't get higher or lower. You're just like, you don't eat, and like you basically have to avoid the kitchen whenever other people eat because it makes you want to throw up.
You lucky bitch.
That's yeah.
And
that-
we'll
that's-
say
that's
that's because of the cage.
Yeah, it's like
And
the
this.
thing from the cage. You're kind of there, and you're like, and you feel like your stomach's royal, and you kind of like stop yourself from vomiting. You guys, oh fuck, I ate something.
Yeah.
And so,
Oh, well.
what did you ask?
How to
Uh,
get rid of the slime.
How do we get past the slime?
Well, the slime you can just walk across. It is the things that produce it you need to worry about. If you don't get too close to them, they won't bother you. But you need to find them first.
Well, I tell all those, the slime itself is not necessarily dangerous, but the things it produces, we should keep away from.
The things that produce the slime.
Oh, the thing that produces the slime.
Yes.
Lost in translation.
So, Solomon, looks like you're going first. Hope you're not germophobic.
Mange, after hearing that the slime doesn't hurt, is just probably going to start stepping forward, and he's going to go very slowly, walking through the
Maybe start
slime.
Yeah,
And
maybe
he's
so
going
one
to-
square at a time.
He's going to be looking for anything that pops it out.
So anybody who's like taking careful look, roll perception.
Okay.
All right, don't move that
I
one.
was just about to say that.
Detection or just raw perception?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
So I'll say this is like before you guys really get any distance into it.
Yeah, I don't notice Jack. Shit.
Franz
Yeah,
notices immediately and stops everyone.
Yeah. Just go. Halt.
Yeah, so you start like you look up and you see
Homicide.
and you see two like big balls of just like green sludge, like a fair bit darker than the bit on the ground. Are just kind of hanging onto the roof.
Well, I point out the hanging balls from the roof and say, you see that? I believe those are the dangerous things that produce the slime. We should
Mange holds
stay
up
away
his
from them.
lantern and specifically points at them, and it says, Arctic, go around, right?
Yes, stay away from them as far as you can.
Alright, yeah. We will take this path.
Yeah, we take this, like, skewed path to stay as far away from them as humanly possible.
Who is going
Mange
first?
is going first.
Okay.
And this is the path.
Yeah, so as long as we are, like, well, probably more like this.
So just you roll
Say-
out and show me your path.
Alright, so let me just grab Mange. And I'm not moving the lantern, but you can assume that. That's the path. Did you see it?
So I lost it just.
Ish.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, basically.
Right.
Alright.
So do you guys go across one at a time, or do you like follow a bit behind?
Mange is gonna be like, one by one.
Alright.
I have to help Kang across though, because he's gonna fill out more than we do.
Yeah.
We're gonna see if
Well,
it's
I'm
even
gonna wait
worthwhile
until-
for Karnk to cross first.
And when Mange gets across to see if he gets across unscathed.
I mean, as you get up to about there, you hear. Roll me a perception detection with disadvantage.
Boop.
Oh.
Fair success.
You're then looking around, you hear this like sound as you turn to see part of the slime on the floor detaches and launches itself at you. So it doesn't get advantage, because you noticed it just in time. You are just out of Solomon's aura. Natural 18, so that's a 20.
Alright, so that hits.
That is 2 damage.
And what do I have to roll?
Roll me a luck. As some of this slime just comes out, as the slime just slops itself onto your leg.
I have no rerolls left.
Alright. Thankfully, you are wearing. You have medium armor, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Thankfully, you have basically metal shin guards as the
Yeah.
slime blocks onto your shin, and if you almost like a hissing as it comes through, and you start to see your shin guard starts to turn into goo.
All right.
Mange
Can
very
I
quickly takes this and
That'll be initiative.
Oh boy.
It managed to get a jump on you.
All right. Well, looks like we're rolling
I
initiative,
actually
boy.
rolled well for once!
Same. 90.
And the enemies rolled ass.
Oh, I don't like that red one.
God damn it.
That red one is the thing it threw at me.
Yeah, it's because the token's normally red, but I colored it green.
Alright.
But it would fit the green slimes, not red slimes.
Are both of the slimes sharing a turn?
Yeah, they're the same type of slime.
Right.
Actually, I'll give them a separate turn, since they are two different.
I'm pretty sure Mange goes before me because I have a dex of 9.
Mint. So this thing
Alright.
is you can see your the shin guard of your armor kind of slowly turning into this ooze.
Alright, can I take it off really quickly as a bonus action and just use it to bash this one?
Yeah, I'd say you can reach down, take it off, and throw it away.
Alright, so I take it off and I throw it in this thing's general direction.
It's up. These two are up on the roof.
Oh shit, combat event.
True. Whatever. Alright, we have a default, event, which can be good or bad, depending on how it works, and it affects everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So.
God damn it, Zach.
2. Anger
Alex
of
hasn't
Horn.
gone in
Any
yet.
character that attacks with a ranged weapon or uses a spell suffers D6 damage. So these
Damn
things
it.
technically have ranged attacks, don't they?
They do. They have a ranged and a melee. This one meleeed you because you're next to it. But yeah, the other two, they can either just glob you or they can grab bits themselves and throw it at you. So if they throw bits themselves at you, it hurts. Which makes sense.
Alright, so Mange is going to do this thing where he swivels around here, remaining in combat with it, all the while looking at it with his headlamp. And
you're holding in a hand. You don't have your dagger, basically.
yeah, so the lantern is in my hand. I don't have my offhand disadvantage dagger. Not the worst thing that could happen. So I am going to do... Mange is gonna be like... Nah, I'm not even gonna bother with that. So... Is not... At... The +2/+2 was because of what? The charge earlier. Alright, so I remove all that. And we aren't outnumbering it, so it's just wrong.
You can rage to get a +2.
Nah.
19 hit.
9 damage.
You swing your axe and you slash through it. Yeah, roll me a luck con. Because your axe is made of metal.
Mm-hmm.
They're definitely very hurt. It's on death's door. So yeah, your axe slashes through it, and as it comes out this side, you can see the head of your axe is turning into slime.
Mange looks at it with piercing eyes and just be like, "You bitch." And
It's cut it in half, basically. With that, it's half of it's kind of blobbed there, the half falls into the pile and kind of it like dissolves kind of into the rest of the goo.
Right.
But it's like half the size it was.
Slap with the tentacle. Acid tentacle. Not made of
15
metal.
hits. Yep.
7 damage.
Roll me a luck on.
It's not metal.
Yeah. Any metal or organic substance.
Does
Slimes are nasty little creatures. You do
my
not
tentacle slowly turn into slime?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the tentacle like smacks it, and you see it like this kind of warbling sound comes out of this thing, seemingly as it's dying. And then you also see as your tentacle pulls back, like the top of it is coated in the slime, and the slime starts moving down the tentacle.
Ugh.
Mange, quickly. Can I quickly drop my axe, pull out my dagger, and cut off the very end of my tentacle?
What? No. Huh?
His tentacle is turning to slime, so if he doesn't cut it off, he turns into a slime.
Oh yeah, but
It's fucking
Yeah.
connected to me.
Yeah, because of the situation, I imagine Mange will be doing that very quickly, like and you cut off the end of it. You take 2 damage as you cut the end of your tentacle off.
Does my
It's
tentacle
fine.
eventually sort of regenerate very slowly, or no?
You'll find out.
Alright. Mange is
Yeah, you
just like,
cut the end of the tentacle off.
Mange turns to the
Falling down
others and says,
turns into slime.
no metal, no organic.
Oh shit.
that's all we have, man.
I was thinking you have like the handles of your weapons are wood.
Which is organic.
Oh, yeah.
Gee, let me smack it with my handle.
Yeah,
That'll
look,
do some damage.
Solomon.
Your combat pit was still
I
alive.
mean, arguably Solomon is made of crystal.
Yep.
He communicates that eventually, Finn, with weird words. I'm just cutting to the chase.
Anyways, see here. How will Solomon move?
Yeah, no clang or swish. Squish.
Over here first. And from here to here. That's his move. Bonk. And that was that.
No attack.
He's not in range to attack anything.
Take care, Finn. Do we all like instinctively know that the anger of corn thing is happening? Oh yeah, I forgot to roll how many rounds.
Oh, we
Until the
haven't,
end of this round.
we
So
haven't
until
tried
Mange's
shooting.
turn comes around again, you can't use range. Without getting hurt.
We won't know unless someone tries to attack from range.
Wait a minute. Can I do something
Might
with
be
Joel?
What's up?
Yeah? What would you do? Yeah,
Alright,
yeah, you're
I
all
just
aware
say-
of the corn thing. You're like aware of like the presence of corn in this room. Or
I'm just like,
um,
since
okay.
I'm only 4 feet tall, I'm just like, Joel, put me up on your shoulders. I'll explain later.
Alright. He'll heft you up on his shoulder and he'll carry you. He'll move at half speed. His speed is 35, so say round up. So he gets you over to there. You're like on his shoulder.
And
He's finally riding a man.
Fuck you.
Please play off center so we can see you both.
Resist.
that being said, does
You're on Joel's
Joel
shoulders.
count as a mount?
No.
Fuck.
No.
You don't count as mounted.
I was going to use this extra height to charge and like get this thing with my mace. Not
Oh,
my
it's
mace,
like-
my lance.
The roof is
But
about
your lance
15
is
foot up.
organic.
Yeah, the roof is about
Oh.
15 foot up, and yeah, your lance would be your hand. It would count as your hand.
Oh yeah. All right.
You-
Let's just get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, all right, thanks. And I just kind of like, I just kind of get down beside him, and I'm like,
Can, like, full blown out move. So if it's half speed, can he just move the other 15 and try and get through?
Oh yeah, he could dash.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
So, like,
wouldn't
right in
want to
front
go
of
past Mange though, because he's carrying Joel and he doesn't know if there's another thing hiding, so he would stay next to Mange. Because he doesn't know if there's more slimes in hiding over there.
All right.
Was it
I'm
in
gonna
hiding
kind
or
of.
was it thrown by one of these?
Yeah, the one that hit you was like merged into the ground and it popped up when you came near.
All right. I'm going
They
to aim my
camouflage the
pistol
ground.
and use a prepared action to get this thing. Which slime? The slime that's up the most.
They're
on
both
my next
about
turn.
15 foot high. They're both just like on the roof, about 15 foot up.
All right. So I'm going to use my. I'm going to prepare to shoot it with my pistol. And actually, no, I
Try to
can't do
shoot
that.
a pistol if what happens? What's the triggering action?
If it
for
shoots
some,
at you.
yeah,
You're preparing for
Yes.
that if one of them attack you, attack it back.
yes.
Alright. Friends?
I was mostly just doing that so I could get like some sort of very small advantage next turn to shoot it.
There's not really an aim action in this game, unfortunately. And it's
Fair
like,
enough.
they're not moving, so like taking extra time to aim doesn't really help because they're just blobs on the roof.
Yeah.
But you're guessing they're not going to have very good AC. That is blobs on the ceiling.
Alright, friends.
Yep.
Just bolt it.
Time to move on.
You can move 30 feet as a normal human, just get through
Yeah.
here. And you double your movement, and
Oh.
it's called a sprint,
Yeah.
you don't attack.
Oh yeah, the thing I forgot to mention, the ground is difficult terrain, so you're moving at half speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, John would have dashed to get there, Joel would have dashed to get there. Yeah, I just completely blanked on mentioning it. So yeah, 15 foot is a move, and then 30 foot.
Used to this
Well,
kind
Mange
of
just ignored difficult terrain for the first time. That's how we explained
Yeah.
that Mange
Yeah.
got there.
Well, it's like you were moving along, you weren't like in
So, yeah,
combat time, so you moved
still
around to
30.
there, and then you just moved like that, so you moved 10 foot on your turn.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can move 30 total.
Yeah, so
So
show me your path, friends.
Solomon, pretty much.
So you move.
Yeah.
You can't end your turn in an ally, but do you run like
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
This.
And get fucked up in the meantime.
Right. Yeah. So as you run next to it,
Mm-hmm.
that is a 5.
Mhm.
So as you run under it, this thing just like detaches from the ceiling and drops down, but you like sidestep out of the way and it plops onto the ground.
So this is on the ground
amorphous
now,
enough
right?
yeah. Seemingly amorphous enough that falling didn't hurt it. It just kind of plops into the goo.
Oh,
And then
well.
its turn. They cannot move.
Minus falling.
Yeah, all they can do is drop. That's the only action. That's the only movement they can do. Their move is immobile. And it's very lucky that it doesn't hit you because a slime dropping from above has a 50% chance of landing on their head, helmet, or shoulders, as opposed to a limb.
And that
So if it drops on you, it might just insta turn your head to slime.
Yep.
These things are 2 hit dice.
and the one
Basically, what he's saying is he's trying to kill us right now.
I'm just saying, I found a 2 hit die creature that can easily kill you, and it's fucking insane.
slimes are fucking scary, okay? People underestimate them.
Its turn. They're not that smart, but also it would be aware that ranged attacking would hurt it, so it wouldn't do that. So can't.
Moving as far around the shit as possible.
You can like follow Mange's path.
Yeah, follow Mange's path, don't swing at anything, don't get too close to
It's
this
like
slime up
10
here.
foot to get to there, then he has another 20 left, so you can move
5,
10.
10.
Stop it, I'm moving him.
Yeah, alright.
Move 10 in, and then you can move 20, so he's there. Following Mange's path as best he can.
And stay clear of
Well-
slime.
Yeah, and then that one also aware that range attacks will hurt it. Mange.
Alright, so the ranged attack thing is now over. But
Yeah,
Mange
as the
doesn't have
effect
any
actually
range.
might have saved your guys' ass.
Mange is just like, just run! 5, 10, 15, and now he's out. So he has 40 movement range. That is basically 20 foot of his movement range. He has another 20. So he moves over here and then turns around, ignoring
As you're on a
nothing.
small well. Yeah,
He doesn't care
notice it.
enough. He doesn't care enough. He turns around to give you guys light so that you can run.
Oh, actually, oh yeah. Oh, we got another event coming.
And
Oh,
exalted science, you monster.
Thank you guys so
I mean, the
fucking much.
last one helped. The last one is really helpful because otherwise you would have had 2 thrown slimes at you.
2 again! Same fucking thing!
Alright, roll for the duration.
2 more turns!
Alright, Solomon.
You bitch, you're accidentally saving our asses, okay.
Yeah. Because, like, you can't attack them without... Oh, another one.
Another one?
Yep, he did it again.
5. Eternal change. For the next D4 round, any character that attempts to perform the same action in an adjacent turn suffers D6 damage. And that's for another 1 round. So don't do the same thing that you did last turn.
So don't dash.
And instead of moving, I instead went up on Joel's shoulders. Big brain move.
Yeah, you didn't move last turn.
So
Big
you
brain.
You can move and dash if you want.
So you're like here, and you can move. What is your movement? 35?
Alex is 30, so she can move 15, and then she can dash, and she can get up to about here.
Alright, yeah, you can get out of the fucking slime.
She didn't dash last turn, she held action.
Out here.
Inadvertently helping them.
And screwing me over because
These
I've
things aren't that smart, but they're basically animals like, oh, that's going to hurt me, I won't do it then.
It's instinctual.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't want to do something that'll hurt.
You
I'm done
move.
for Solomon.
You're saying round up, right? So since he has 25, you'll let him do 15.
Yeah.
Alright,
And he's not range to attack.
You can dash, but you'll take some damage, because you did that last turn. Yeah, so you just move and then stop.
And let's see.
forgot I had a
I'm
combat
assuming you
screen.
got your dagger back, so I guess you could throw it.
Oh yeah, friends, I assume you would have picked it up, yeah.
He would have picked up his dagger, but we still have the corn thing now in effect again for 2 turns, and that's a ranged attack. He would hurt himself, and we only just healed him. That's what's saving us from these slimes. Just get the fuck out of here. He sprinted through. Just walk
You can't
through. You
hurt
have 2
them without
turns.
taking damage, but they can't hurt you. And if you attack them, they'll probably respond back, regardless of taking damage.
Do I have
But
that?
as it is, like, okay, they're not hitting us, but if we attack them, then it'll hurt, so we're just going to sit here.
You only have to move here at half speed, and then you have 15. So that, yeah.
Oh, Solomon already moved to there, so dashing, he'll take damage, because he dashed last turn.
But we have... Don't do it. We have like 2 turns to get out of this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So
And next turn we're allowed to dash again without taking
Do you
issue.
want to do anything else for your action?
Nope. He has no way to attack the slimes without taking damage.
Since he was technically carrying me on his shoulders, does that kind of make it a bit different?
He dashed last. He picked you up basically as a free action, then he dashed.
So he
So
can
you-
roll his regular 15 and get out and do that.
Yeah.
Nope. You don't want him to dash again. He has 35, and it counts as 5 each tile.
Oh yeah.
So he's only going up to here. Because
Yeah,
he can do
round
15,
Up, round up he can get 20, so he can just get out. He's like here.
and he's holding Alexandria still. So you're out of
Yeah,
it.
she got off. She climbed down.
She and
I
I
didn't want to
climbed up.
weigh him down because
Yeah, she climbed
obviously
up and
there's.
got out a pistol. Because she thought she'd be able to shoot it next round. But you can dash still, so you can dash all the way out.
You can do this,
That I will
basically.
do. That I will do.
And you just avoid getting close enough to trigger the thing. France.
Yep. Give it a very wide berth and walk out.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I'm gonna walk it.
Walk slowly. Stay away. No, just go as wide as possible.
We walk up next to Solomon then. And that's my turn.
It doesn't want to range.
Kark is going to walk, and
No, it's like, can Conk actually get through here without triggering one? Oh no, this one's on the ground. So,
this one's already on the ground, so he walks closer to that one, just sort of keeps himself away, and goes past without getting close to this thing, and then he sort of just waits for you two to get out of the way so he can get through easier.
getting there,
I would
he would
assume.
trigger an attack opportunity. It's the
Yeah.
thing.
Mm,
And there's really no way to avoid it. One of them is going to get him because he's too wide.
God damn it, Kark.
But he'd prefer the one on the ground, because he does have armor on his legs, thankfully, so the worst that will happen is he'll lose some leg armor.
Alright.
And it has a pretty shit roll to hit. Natural 13, so 15.
He has... What was his AC again?
His
AC was 12. That
12,
hits.
So 13, that hits.
Yeah, even with the +1 from Solomon,
5
that would
damage to it.
How much damage?
Yeah. 5 damage. He does
5
have his ogre thing if he wants to reduce it. And then he needs a luck con.
Which is gonna be shit.
Yeah, D20 target 9.
Who wants to roll it for Kark? Because my luck has been shit.
Yeah. Hopefully he hasn't actually used any luck because he kept failing all of his charm saves. It actually helps him in this situation.
Roll 1d20. Get low. For a second I thought you just rolled a 1 and then I realized it was my 1d4. No. Can we give him a reroll on that?
Yeah, anybody within 30 foot can give him their reroll.
Solomon or friends can give him the reroll.
So, yeah, anybody except Mange, but he's out of rerolls.
I use one of my rerolls to die again.
Okay, that's better. That's much better.
Yeah, so mark down your reroll. Like, the slime comes out and you're just barely avoiding it. Some, like, spatters across, like very edgy, like, flip, quick, flip, flicks off that bit of armor, like, dropping off a small, tiny plate. It's going to
roll again. Hang it.
This time it's going to hang out.
Mange continues to hold his light, and knowing that there was a thing behind him, his prepared action is once everyone gets through, he's going to run straight towards it.
God damn it, you loot goblin.
Do you blame him for being a loot goblin when he's a loot goblin?
Solomon has the lights, like, you don't need to provide them light or anything. You can just go for it now if you want.
Oh yeah, true. He's just like, you guys get through that slowly, Mange, do this. Go to the well, just peer in.
You step up and you look down and it seems to be a well. There's like seemingly normal water at the bottom. Like a full bucket next to it, the rope. It's about 10 foot down or so, fairly wide.
Is there any sign of anything shiny at the bottom?
Roll a perception.
Alright. Does Mange steal more loot from you guys? Success by
Probably.
5. That was a big-ass bucket.
And let me see what is at the bottom.
Oh.
Where is the
Science is buying stuff again.
Oh, we got a buff for Kark. I didn't notice that. I think buff positive. How many positive things? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, which is heal him for D4 plus 1. So maybe he'll just heal what he lost. He healed most of what he lost. He's back up to 24. He's 1 health down.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, so looking down there, you see what almost looks like a brown, like almost hide collar that's like floating on the top.
A hide cloth. Is it shiny?
Not cloth, a collar. So it's this like
Collar?
like brown, like maybe hide, like yeah, basically that but brown. It's like floating on the water.
Is the light glistening off of any of those little studs on it?
A very tiny amount.
It's
like
even remotely shiny. And you said it's 10 feet down,
glimmer.
right?
Yeah. There's a bucket with some rope that's kind of tied off to a bit of the wall.
Alright. Mange can't grip things with his tentacle, and it's also made of acid. Never mind.
You can just slap things with it. You can't actually grab things.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm going to reach it down and touch it, but then I remembered, oh yeah, it's acid too.
You can turn off the acid.
Alright, Mange turns off the acid and slaps it. Real quick.
If you
just to make
slap
sure.
it goes under for a half second, then it bobs back up.
Alright, so he didn't get hit by a magical what the fuck ever from touching it?
I actually think. Actually, no. When you bop it, you can hear the slight sloshing of water, which seems to be a bit louder for a couple seconds.
Mange's ears perk up at this because he probably knows how loud it should be.
Yeah, you kind of hear there's slight sloshing of water, which before you barely able to hear it at the bottom, kind of comes up like it's right next to you. You're just looking at the bucket of water that's slowly sloshing. And I think that would be about 6 seconds, so that's your turn. Solomon?
Right. He is going to pick up Frank with his arm. And try to carry him along.
Next, you can do the same thing as last turn, but range attacks still cause damage.
He's not planning on throwing him, he's planning on literally carrying this squishy man along.
You're going to drag Frank with you?
Yep. Unless he, of course, what?
Yeah, you move at half speed when you're on.
Sorry, I keep accidentally going back a fucking page. I need only hold control.
Yeah, so that'd be 10, 15 foot. Actually, 20 foot. Then,
He's
you
waiting.
can get him out. Yeah, you get him to there as a move. And then you have your action, so you can dash another 15.
My hero.
Alright, can we assume at this point that since they're not going to shoot at him, we just all get out?
Yeah. As everybody gets out, yeah, I think we can drop initiative at this point. Since technically it can still attack you because it has a 30-foot, but also you're not in his slime pit.
But it's not. You're all going to crowd around Mange and not be in range of the thing.
Yeah, and it doesn't, and it likes having its slime pile, so it prefers to attack people under it. And it probably none of you have looked directly at it, so it probably thinks it's still hidden because they have 2 intelligence. So it's just them waiting for one of you to blunder under it.
We might have to use a skull to lure it down.
All right.
I would expect more opposition to that idea, but I guess not.
No. Okay.
The entire chat is just planning to try and bank 5,000 points so they can give this moth 1 billion chaos gifts. Meanwhile, you've literally said that giving it 1 will kill it.
I mean, I'd say giving it a random 1 would probably kill it. I'd say if you're choosing the 1,000-point one to give it 1, then yeah, sure, why the fuck not?
You're basically just giving chat permission to shitpost as long as they get 1,000 points. You lucky sons of bitches in chat.
It becomes the greater demon.
We will not become bad.
Yeah, they're just gonna. By the way, just something so you all know, that system keeps adding up even when it's not a tabletop stream. So if you come by every single fucking gaming stream, you are slowly accumulating points towards doing your bullshit.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a while before Alex gets her long tongue.
Yeah.
Have to give all stuff to the mob first.
Yeah, he's literally listing off all the things he wants to give. Shield of Force, Regenerating Flesh, Crystalline Flesh, Metal Body, and Rock Flesh for the moth, so that's just AC.
What? Right now?
Rule of
Alright, I gotta go, guys.
Alright.
Apparently, Sorry.
You're getting dragged away.
Yeah, sorry.
Alright.
Away he go.
Shall we assuming we're going to continue on, that we're going to give control to,
Yeah, I'll just, let's be Alex will sort of follow along, and, when it comes to a combat, I'll just take over her.
Alright. Fine.
Power overtakes her.
Assuming that she's going to focus on keeping Joel alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
give it a bunch of strength boosts. 19 strength moth.
Oh yeah, I'm going to do this sort of live just because I want to keep track of it since people have done things today. I feel like there's a lot of encouragement not to use your points. Too much so. So I was thinking if at the end of every session, if people have spent points on something, that I'll give them a percentage back. 10% back. and like a smaller percentage for the larger thing. So if people buy like an event or a buff, I'll give them five points back per one they use, and then like give them like 50 points back for a 1,000-point thing, and like 25 points back for another one. But this is at the end, so they can't use it during the session.
Yeah, you're good. Let's carry on.
Anyway, yep. Mage is going to
like crowd like peeking himself down into a well.
Can Mage tie his tentacle to something to use sort of as a bungee cord to go down?
I mean, there's a bucket there. You might be able to scoop it out, or like it's a fairly rocky thing. You probably climb down. It's also 10 foot in the water. You can probably dive and be fine.
10
Quite
foot
a few
of
ways
water.
to get down there. Yeah, 10 foot down and then there's water. So you like 10 foot into water.
So realizing this, Mage is just going to instantly dive in and grab the thing.
Can he even swim in his gear?
Does Mage dive head first or foot first?
Cannonball! Feet first.
Right. Thankfully, it's a reasonably wide well, so you don't get stuck. You suck yourself in and dive down, and you kind of hit in, and you feel like your butt kind of bonks onto the bottom of it as you come there. So good thing you didn't dive in head first. And you kind of come up, and you can look around, and after you see the collar thing kind of like plopped up against the wall where you launched it.
Mange grabs it.
I'm gonna have to give this more stats now.
You did this to yourself, man.
You're just like, I don't know that much about moths, and then you're like, shit, now I have to research moths.
I mean, it'd be like 1 strength, decent dex, maybe 1 or 2 int. It's not bad.
Like 1 or 2 health points.
It'd be 1 health. You could sneeze on it and it would die. It's a moth.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, you pick up this like collar.
Alright. And by picking it up, I don't notice anything immediately, but I did hear that sounds were louder earlier, right? I think we lost Zach again. You may need to reconnect for your mic.
Zachariah.
I don't know why my mic keeps doing that. It's just...
Welcome back.
Can't even be sure it's my mic, because it's just Discord that does it. I don't use the mic for anything else.
It's because you're on a shitty, inconsistent Wi-Fi network.
Hey, internet's been good this session. It's just the mic, apparently. Yeah. Yeah, so it means you have this collar.
I'm basically a corn character at this point.
Yeah. I realize it's meant to be bone studs, but I've already said it's metal, so it's metal studs.
Alright. So they're we could say it's like bone, like polished to a shine, so that it shines off if you want. Like if it's supposed to be.
I mean, I've already
bone.
said it shine like metal, so metal works. It doesn't really matter.
Okay. Find high throat color with metal studs. Once every 1d4 hours, the user may press one of the studs to magnify their voice up to 10 times as loud for a few seconds. The enchanted voice may be modified in pitch and or accompanied by the sound of distant thunder, lightning, or high winds. Would this nullify my intimidation loss?
Yes, because you can modify the pitch. You can make yourself have a lot deeper voice for a couple seconds.
Mange, so Mange picked this up and sort of just like looks at it a little bit, immediately unlatches it and puts it around his neck, and then pulls out a finger and taps it really hard.
Nothing happens. You used it like 10 seconds ago.
Aw, damn it.
You used 4 hours before you can use it again.
Just give me this, okay? Just trust me, me. Just give me this. Just give me this. Just give me this. Just for 1 second.
You're like half first time.
Mange taps it again and then just looks up and says to everyone, and not knowing that it's going to repeat it like a shit ton amount louder, says, "The shiny is mine!" Goddamn phone.
Of course, Mage.
Echo, we will.
No argument.
God damn it! Shut up!
Pick up the phone.
My dad's literally in the kitchen. Pick it up, thank you.
My
Fuck's sake.
dad's in the kitchen.
So it's up to like 10 times louder, and since he's sort of yelling without knowing this, I'm gonna assume it's max loudness.
Yeah, so someone who's like, "This," actually probably all of you like, "Ow, fuck!" He just screams this at the top of his lungs.
In a much
Ow.
deeper voice by accident.
Holy shit.
Like the sound of distant lightning rolls through the
found a
cave.
new toy.
And as Mange then I imagine starts climbing out of the thing, which isn't that how Mugmakey roll. You can
Yeah.
see you can see a bit of light coming through here, and there is a door here.
Someone wants to check out the light over here.
It is light. Mange will start
Well, it
walking
is.
towards it. We need to get a fucking leash on Mange. Like, I'm saying this is Mange's character. Like, I
He's
know
totally
what
got
Mange
one.
would do, and this is dumb, and I know Mange would still do it.
He's only got a collar. Now he's need to tie something through it.
Yeah.
As you guys step in, you see this what looks like some kind of pentagram on the ground here. You see seemingly like a torch. Fairly nice looking bed, and then this looks probably like an altar, but you can see a small book there, and then this like
Mancer
filled with-
was guarding sanctuary? Does that mean bedroom?
It might very well be
Yes,
that.
I said
Not just bedroom, but I guess. It's still the
We're
door.
not actually asking him, but does he just say it?
Yeah, Joel's like, I already said sanctum is like bedroom kind of thing.
Main just looks at the little thing here. He still has the lantern again, but once again, he has been triggering a lot of DDM. And somebody other than Franz,
The entire chat is just about what gifts they're giving him.
it literally is. The entire chat is just everyone saying, we are going to give this bot so much shit. Oh my god, it is going to be OP as fuck.
They're making them.
People are never gonna leave your chat just to build up the points.
Luckily, it does turn off when I'm not streaming, so I have to be live for it to
Streams in
count.
the background.
Yeah, if I left it for people to be offline, it would be a little bit OP, but no, I have to be live for it to count, and that is a setting in it that I can do. Luckily. Alright, so Mange is going to turn to Solomon. Do you actually, what are your guys' DDMs?
Mine is at 4.
Well, mine is back at 1.
Yeah,
No.
'cause you just triggered.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you should be down a lot because you triggered DDM.
Yeah. Removed 1 luck.
Alexandria, I think, has a higher resting because of a thing, if I recall. What about masochism? Whenever you attack the bot, that attacks back harder.
It has 1 point.
Yeah, so whenever you kill it, it attacks back harder. Too bad it never gets to attack back. Oh, god damn it. So Mage is going to turn to Franz, who are just like leery-eyed, and be like, try one more time. Ask what fancy circle is. If you summon demon, Mage kill you.
Well, before I do that, can I just like arcane roll to identify what this weird pentagram is? What is
Your,
this?
your background is like a witch hunter, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you would recognize this. This is a fairly generic like ritual circle. So basically using this, you can cast the spell ritual magic.
Would I recognize
You guys can do a whole bunch of fucking shit.
Which
Well,
we
it's
can't
not
really
like-
do right now because we don't have Rowan.
Yeah, it's nothing like specialized for anything in particular. It's a fairly generic, just like a magic user can come here, use this, and do fancy spells.
Well, I tell Mage I don't need to ask him to know that I've seen one of these before. I believe it's a summoning circle of some kind, if I'm not mistaken.
How would I try to do that?
To let people buff them off.
Chad is trying to ask fucking Greynick to give them his points.
Updating Rowan about the moth.
Oh boy. Oh god damn it. My
getting
chats
quite-
always latch on to like the dumbest fucking shit.
Yep. Anyways, Solomon goes over here. He wants to take a closer look to the altar thing here.
You step up and it's like,
Is there any? Does anybody fucking grab Mange at this point?
I think Kant might.
no, Kong doesn't have any particular interest in grabbing him.
Anyways,
Well, okay. What is
Picking
Mage
up.
heading for? Is he like beelining towards?
If there is anything shiny, Mange is probably going to beeline towards it and cause problems.
Well, I'm gonna give him a word of advice that I hope he listens to. I hold him back and say, listen, Mange. Shinies in this room may be of very dangerous proportions, so take great care before picking them up.
Mange is going to look at you, sort of just like squint his eyes and then look back, and does he notice anything shiny over here?
Please, Mage, for the love of God.
Take notes. Stone, fairly dirty looking. There's a book, but I don't think you'd be particularly attracted to that.
Does it have a
Yeah.
shiny binding, or is it covered in glitter gold?
No,
Hey,
it's
now,
fairly
you-
rusted. It's like kind of got bones for the bindings and that.
Alright, Mange doesn't care. Is there anything shiny over here?
fucking Christ.
Not shiny, but there's like a nice bed. So like there's like silk pillows and that. Looks like it'll be fairly comfy.
So I don't get to altar
But
here
silk
or
isn't
what?
shiny. Is there anything shiny over here other than the lantern?
That's like a torch, just on a sconce in the wall.
Alright.
It's the closest thing to shiny that you can immediately see. So you could like go and search like under the bed. You could start flipping things around trying to find it.
Alright, Mange is going to very slowly wander over towards the bed.
Apparently
He's
they
not going
want
to
to call them
sprint.
off Carlos.
What now? Ah, Carlos.
Alexandria, have you named... Oh yeah, they're gone. They're gone! The fucking person who got the moth gets to name the moth. We can offer
we
the
can-
suggestions, though.
Yeah, it'll get a name between sessions.
It will. We'll get a name in between. I will forward the information that chat wanted to name it Carlos. Okay? Are you happy now? If they choose Carlos, it'll be named Carlos.
Next session 3 I'm gonna have saved up 1,000 and it just gets immediately buffed.
God damn it. Chat is working together. Hi, Magna Wolf. I don't know how long you've been here, but this has been a shit show anyway. Anyway.
That's me.
Do I get to find it all
yeah.
on the altar as I look it over?
It's a good thing you told me. Now you're not allowed to use your points.
No, I wasn't going to.
Good.
So sorry, what did you say, Solomon?
I don't know. Let's see.
I'm going to investigate this altar thoroughly and the book, of course.
You start looking at the altar and it looks like a fairly like standard like culty like altar. There's like a few candles which feel like burned down to the knob, like they were left lit and somebody left. There's a bowl with some small bowls, like a bit too small for a grown human, so maybe like a goblin or a child or something. And then kind of like in a stand in front of it is this book. I don't think you can read it.
Is it written in Quickish?
No. Solomon, do you have arcane law?
Arcane? No, but I have sacred.
Yeah, so with that for being a cultist, you would recognize this as like it's a spell book essentially. You would recognize this like all these spells written up in it, and presumably by what you know, it's probably like a necromancy grimoire would be your guess. From the fact that it's a necromancer base and it's on an altar, it's a pretty easy deduction.
The assumption is that somebody else should probably take this for Rowan for when he gets back, but Mange wouldn't be interested, so what if you has to do it?
Solomon wants to be friends with the mage, of course, so he takes the book. After he checks if it's cursed or anything, he does not want to carry that shit.
Well, how do you check if it's cursed?
Sacred lore and detection, I guess.
Like how do you physically do it? Do you like poke it with the stick or some shit? Like when Zach asks how, he means
Yeah,
how.
I'm just saying, how do you open the chest? Is what I'm doing. Yeah.
how to explain what I had in mind here. Because curses usually activate on touch. So it's pretty hard to explain how you would feel for.
Do you like poke it with a bone? Do you just like tap it lightly with a finger?
Well, he takes one of the pillows from over here.
You kind of like a Venus flytrap. He's kind of poking you with a pillow. It's like, come on, close.
He
Close.
throws the pillow hard at the book.
You just throw the pillow at the book.
Yep. Because
The
some
pillow hits it. They kind of like roll around. The book like falls down. Is now face down on the bowl in front of it.
Okay. And the bones are How does the bone looks beneath it?
It just kind of it's falling down onto the plate. You see like a bit of the bones through it. They seem to be like it's hard to guess just from the look, but like seeming like very small like arm bones. There's like a small skull in there.
More
Is
like
anything happening to the bones?
That looks like. And like half covered by the book, but they don't seem to be moving or anything.
Okay. Worst thing that happens is it kills me because it's necromancy. He picks it up
Okay. So how are you picking it up?
with his good hand. He has the one hand.
Like how you like gingy like picking it up by a corner, you like closing it as you pick it up.
Closes it with the pillow.
Yeah, so you're using the pillow to pick it up and close it.
And just close it, then he just pick it up.
Right, so you just close it, and as you like close it, you hear like, and you look down to see like where it had kind of like bones kind of like on it and sticking out. They had like almost like two hands, kind of fingers interlacing in front of it, like as the clasp for the book. It's like two hands on either side of the book, and kind of interlace their fingers to hold it closed.
Neat. That's lucky.
And now you can't open it.
It's not for me anyway.
You can add a necromancy grimoire to your inventory.
Hey.
We have the lantern of the guy whose soul owned the book, so
I think he'll be happy to know that a cultist has their hands on his book.
yeah, Nurgle cultist.
I mean, you can't.
Can't use it, won't even try to burn it because
Not worth enough warmth.
more like it helps spread the gifts of Nurgle anyways.
Yeah, I'd say that fucking undead tend to spread plague pretty well.
Yep. Oh hey, a gift for Rowan. Gifts from Nurgle. Which incidentally is also why Rowan left, because Nurgle.
Oh, god damn it. Alright, do we want to call it here and go into the third session when everyone's back?
Well, you did miss a few bits. You missed like a couple sections.
Could take that next session, maybe.
It's not really enough for a full session. You probably like get through it in
Half a session?
maybe like an hour and a half, maybe. Depends on what happens.
Yeah, because it's starting to get a bit here.
Bit late.
Yeah, it's past midnight for most
It's
of us.
11:30 for Zach, at least, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we can finish here and then start the next session with this. You'll
12,
finish
20.
it fairly easily. And then just do kind of like role play stuff during the downtime on stream.
Just
Alright.
for fun, should we leave Joel and Alexandria on the bed, see how Alex reacts?
Oh, yes. Put them there.
That sounds amazing. Great plan.
And just Karnk next to it. Yeah, they're put them both on the bed right next to each other near the top of the pillows, and we'll just have everyone else surrounding them.
But I want to stand on the pentagram.
Except Franz, who's in the middle of the program.
When he comes back, he'll see this.
Thanks for watching. Now you gotta do that thing with the thumbs up and the subscribe. Oh, and ring that bell. Super hard. Share this with your friends too, and watch some other videos as well. Bye bye.